Hollywood 360.
We'll also present trivia contests with prizes, showbiz news, celebrity interviews, games, and movie reviews.
So don't miss Hollywood 360 every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer.
Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow. Just like the demeanor.
To this week's edition of Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. I hate when I miss a week because there was so much that was happening last weekend that I really would have loved to discuss. Chicago. That's my hometown. I grew up in Chicago. I got the battle scars to show for it. 53 people shot. 11 fatalities in the city of Chicago. Those are war numbers. That's a battlefield of what's happening in Chicago. And I saw, listen, so if you guys have been listening to me long enough, you know this is how I feel about these type of things. I am not going to blame Brandon Johnson, the newly installed mayor of the city of Chicago. He hasn't put his handprint or prints on governing and policy-wise quite yet. I mean, he's done a few things on the city council, but as I've talked to aldermen who are there, they say he's talking to them every day. He's out there talking to them. But 53 people. But there was something that Brandon Johnson did say that really kind of irked me a little bit. He said, what we saw this weekend was a manifestation of community disinvestment, poverty, trauma that our city has struggled with far too long. To the audience, Troublemaker, DJ Pete, who's on the boards today, I have one question. Who has been in control of Chicago and Cook County, for the most part, the state of Illinois, for these decades in which he speaks of? His party, his ideology, his belief system. So when you say these words, the state legislative body who continue to pass bills, in my opinion, hurts the black community, not helps it. I don't know one bill that's come out yet. The Safety Act, going after our guns, all of these things, all these big bills that have come out. I don't see any of it that has helped the city of Chicago. This is what Brandon, mayor, I'm gonna put respect on his name because he's the mayor. I believe in respecting the institutions like that. This is what I wish he would have said, though. T.O. Hardiman. What was the name of the group that he led?
T.O. Hardiman?
T.O. Hardiman.
Oh, I don't know.
Something about crime. He would be like the first people out there showing up. I forget the name. If you guys know, send me the name of it in the thread. But this is what I wish. This is what a leader says. And T.O. and we don't agree on everything. But I do like T.O. Hardiman because he's going to speak the truth. He's not afraid. He's not going to cower. He's not going to back down from what he has to say. But I want you to hear what he had to say. And I only wish that this was in the leadership that's driving this bus right now. Listen to T.O. Hardiman.
The gun violence that took place over the Memorial Day weekend is it's a regular, it's the average day in Chicago. No one has the fear of the police anymore. People don't feel like they're going to be caught if they break the law. Criminal justice reform has backfired on the victims here in Chicago. The police can only do so much. We have policies in Chicago where the police cannot chase somebody in a car. They cannot chase you on foot. some of them policies need to be reversed right now in order to get the job done here in Chicago.
Dear Chicagoans, demand more from your leaders. Chicago deserves leadership that acknowledges the urgency of the situation that is at hand today. Demand more of them. Because I still have family that lives in the city of Chicago. I still have friends that live in the city of Chicago. I've been seeing videos. Justin from Chicago Crime Chasers has been posting a lot of videos of what's been happening in the city of Chicago. Chicago, are you tired? Are you tired? Are you tired of continuously voting for the same people, the same ideology? And what do you have to show? I posed the question Donald Trump posed across the land to Baltimore specifically. What in the hell do you have to lose to shift up and to change? I want to give a shout out to Steve Bolton, Chicago GOP. Now, Valon, weeks before when that immigrant issue over in South Shore, I called out the Republican Party. Where are you?
Right.
And I saw Steve Bolton, the chairman of Chicago GOP, out there standing with Tyrone Muhammad, Natasha Dunn, and all these people. That's how it has to be done. Valon, why are people allowing this to happen? And but continuously voting for the same thing, thinking there's going to be a change. Where I'm from, they call that something, right?
Yeah, they do. But it's insanity. You do the same, you get the same. And I dropped the ball today, John. I wish I would have had that clip loaded up. Like,
I sent it to Pete.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll play it later.
Okay, we'll play it later. Yeah. But that brother, Stephen A. Smith, I don't like sports junkies and sports commentators really commentating on politics, but he made a good point.
I don't care about that. No. I think anybody that has an opinion, you should be able to express what your opinion is. Well, that means he gets the nuances of the conversation.
Yeah, but because he's black, he has a special insight too. Because he's
from the hood too.
Right, he's from the hood too. So he said one line. I'm not going to tell the whole thing. I want him to say it in his way. But the first line he said was, "When will black people look at ourselves? We have to hold ourselves in account." Because all I could think of is this didn't happen in 1960. Yeah. None of this stuff happened in 1960. I don't even think black people was doing drugs in 1960.
Black people were carrying guns though at the time. Though.
They was carrying guns, but the thing about it was black fathers at home, and they ran the household.
Right.
Between welfare, and this is the reason why I hate welfare. Between welfare and the woman becoming the head of the household, because government kicked the man out of the household, and even if you get back into the household, you really don't have much say.
Right.
Not nowadays. That killed the black family.
Yeah.
And I don't care what nobody got to say. If women,
that was one of the things that killed.
Yeah, well,
there
I
was
think
multiple things.
Between destroying the black man's image at home, destroying his position at home, and getting them hooked on drugs, and making the woman into the breadwinner, destroyed the black home. And these kids are the result of that.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm around Africans every day. I gotta do you like old boy, and I'm not gonna mention his name. I've been around him for 3 decades since I was 20 years old. I broke bread with him. I've learned the culture. I see him all the time, and I was just at a African graduation today. The African man runs the household. The woman backs him up, and if the kids get out of line, they get their butt whooped.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They don't play this American lifestyle nonsense.
Right.
They bring their culture here.
Well. As you notice, we're now going there, dictating to them and tying it to finance, to economics.
Oh yeah.
That they changed certain positions. But I digress a little, just real quickly. So the Crown family, I believe his name is John Crown. I don't know his first name, but I want you to hear what he has to say. I'm only going to play probably 30, 40 seconds of this. And then I got something. I have an answer to what he said. Listen to what the Crown family, the big rich billionaire family. I agree with what he's trying to do, but I got to follow up to what he actually says. Listen to him.
Maybe we're a little late to the party, but we now are here, and we're willing to really invest in ways that will make Chicago safer, not just on the south and west sides, but throughout the entire city.
A major announcement from one of the heaviest hitters in Chicago's business community.
Billionaire James Crown is leading an ambitious new crusade to drastically reduce violence in Chicago.
Anthony Pulse joins us live with more on this plan. Anthony.
Corey and Dawn, if a billionaire sets a goal, logic would tell you, right, that it has a very good chance of being achieved. So to that end, James Crown, one of Chicago's billionaires, says it is now his goal to make Chicago the safest big city in America. When it comes to homicides, Chicago's stats aren't good. Almost 700 last year and more than 800 the year before. Well, now a group of Chicago business leaders led by billionaire James Crown have unveiled a plan to cut homicides to less than...
Let me tell you something. You can do all that planning you want. If you don't have the community and the police at the table, and if you don't start doing what T.O. Hardiman says, bastardizing the police, making them out to be the enemy, they're not the enemy. They're not the enemy. These elected officials who have led for decades, that's your true enemy. You listen to the Black and Right. We'll be right back.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
A 23-year-old Snapchat influencer unveiled an AI doppelganger that engages in erotic pillow talk for $1 a minute.
Oh, he's a honey making money. Well, let's pony up $1 each. See what we get.
Like the old sex talk lines, not that I know, but they were actual human beings. Now they were probably, 400-pound 50-year-olds that just had like a Betty Boop voice.
But she really loved you.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
Oh, I love it. I have so much more energy, but the real story is my mother, who is 83 and was just feeling really terrible, and I gave her a set of fruits and veggies to take to try it, and within 2 weeks, she's a different person. She loves it. She's so energetic. It's awesome.
Start your journey to better health with Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order. That's 1-800-246-8751. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Visit Dennis Prager. Sign up today for an unforgettable experience in Israel this October. Mike Gallagher and I are traveling to the Holy Land on the Stand with Israel tour with our trusted partner, Inspiration Cruises and Tours. This trip of a lifetime to Israel is one you don't want to miss. Register today before it's too late at standwithisraeltour.com, standwithisraeltour.com, or call 855-565-5519. 855-565-5519.
Retirement planning can be complicated. From asset and legacy protection to retirement income and extended care, you need a plan. Tune in to Retirement and Income Radio, hosted by well-known Chicagoland financial educator Mark Kohler. Mark helps listeners in or near retirement protect their savings from market volatility while creating lifetime guaranteed income. Listen to Retirement and Income Radio Sunday afternoons at 3:30 on AM 560 The Answer, or call Mark now at 844-619-SAFE.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Digital shoppers.
400.
Welcome back to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. That song you heard was Forgiato Blow, Save American Music, the #1 song on iTunes, Target on Our Back.
And I was sitting in the studio next to that guy.
Yeah. Pretty cool guys, man.
Yeah.
Valon, I'm a little fired up. So I only had 1 cup of coffee. Guys, let me tell you something. I only had 1 pod left of coffee this morning. Now, I normally, especially on the day of radio, I do at least 2 to 3 cups of coffee. 12 ounces, 2 to 3 a day. Especially when I'm coming to the studio, I have 1 pod, so I'm like irritated because I didn't have my coffee fill, you know, and I'm pumped up because I missed last week, and then I'm looking at it and I'm watching, and please, but no one better not come on here and say you can't talk about Chicago. I'm gonna talk about whatever the heck I want to talk about. I'm from Chi-Town. I got the scars to prove it. I got the pistol whipped here. Crowbar here, bat here. Oh, trust me, I got knee skin shot at. Trust me, please. I got the bona fides to talk about what's happening in Chicago. That's where I'm from. I was raised there. I've seen how it's digressed. I've seen how it's been destroyed because we have people because I don't think enough people are really paying attention to what's happening in the city of Chicago. And then they've created an entire election scheme, because that's what it is. They created an entire election scheme to continue to get themselves reelected. You know?
I feel an opening right now. I want to do you the way you did me 3 weeks ago. I really do.
Wait, no. That you talking about that?
No.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think this is the micro. I want to talk about the macro. The macro is that on Memorial Day, it wasn't just Chicago. It was Florida. Yeah. Everybody loves Florida. Yeah. The Hollywood Walk or whatever the hell they call it. Oh, man, a lot of people got shot over there, too. A lot of people died over there, too. Ohio, St. Louis, a lot of different places.
Wait. But where? What did these cities run by, though? Who runs these cities, though? Not the state. Okay. A lot of people try to conflate the two. Our boy Phil, he does that a lot.
I wasn't going to say his name.
Know, but listen. Who runs the cities where this is happening? Not the state.
Well, the part in Florida, I don't know. But the other places, it was Democrats. But the thing about it is this is what I wanted to finish up saying. Every other race, immigrant race that wasn't born here, that has come here and prospered, whether it's Indians, Africans, all Asians, you do not hear about this nonsense. Only the blacks that were born here, only the Hispanics that were born here, and whites. Every immigrant comes here, embraces the American dream, and prospers.
Okay. You using that word, though.
Oh, every.
Okay. Bruh.
Okay. Not every.
Bruh.
Okay. Do I got to always say 50 plus 1?
Yeah, well, it's
50 plus 1. They prosper in every category. Immigrants that come here.
True.
Okay.
You know why, though?
They retain their culture, and they will put their kids in the ground before they let their kids go the way our kids are going. Yeah. And that's the truth.
Yeah, and you say what they do? what they take them out?
Man, look here. I know Nigerians.
They don't take them out here, though.
I know Nigerians that take them back to Nigeria and have sanctioned killings. I mean, the Muslims.
No, I know that.
We know about that. This is real.
No, this is factual. I have African friends, too, and they talk about that.
Yeah,
they talk about how they will not allow their kids to become Americanized and divulge into this culture, which is totally against everything that they've taught their kids.
Those kids know it. That's why they wait till they go to college and wild out, because they not gonna do it. Not like our kids.
Let's go to the phone line. Let's go to Michael from the South Side. Mike,
John, Verlon, thank you both for taking my call.
What's up, Mike?
By the way, guys, coffee tastes a lot better when it's drunk from a black and right coffee.
Does it really? Do tell.
Guys.
Hey, thanks so much for purchasing it, brother.
Yeah, I got the mug, I got the T-shirt, and I got the cap.
My man. Right. I want to say what Denzel said, but I can't say it on the radio.
So, John and Verlon, at some point, African Americans have to quit listening to white liberals.
Ooh.
I mean, at the end of the day, who told black people we didn't have to study anymore to get a job? White liberals. Who told black women to take the welfare check and kick the black man out of the home? White liberals. Who defends black criminals? White liberals. Who props up crooked black politicians? White liberals. I mean, Brandon Johnson is he's being propped up by white liberals right now. So, I mean, at some point we have to throw off the chain that's holding us back.
Yeah.
And we were a lot more prosperous when we were segregated.
Right. Ooh. Oh. He's.
Even Reverend George Clemens said that. So once again, let's quit listening to white liberals and carve our own path to success.
Yeah, but do you ever notice that, especially when you look at TikTok, it's always that white liberal who's coming to so-called to the defense of black people. I don't need you to come to my defense. I don't need that. I don't need you to come to my defense. Let's go to Big Al Rosemont. He talked about me bad. You talked about me bad on Instagram, but that's okay.
That's okay. Bringing that stuff up. We work together, okay? What thing, and I do get a valid point. I believe that there's about 2,500 people in this state responsible for 40 to 60% of this crime, and they're located in places like Aurora, Elgin, Joliet, hubs inside of Chicago, all the way up to Waukegan.
Yeah.
And they are holding the youth hostage.
Hey, Al, let me stop you. Let me stop you to confirm it. Former Superintendent Eddie Johnson said they know who they are. They knew who the troublemakers were. He knew every day wherever the trouble happened, he knew who was involved. But the no snitch.
These are the hubs. These are the hubs of narcotics, scamming, car trafficking,
human trafficking,
and all human trafficking. They are pushing this black market inside of the city of Chicago, and the youth don't want to tell people that if you cannot address them, you're not going to turn us into a soldier to fight them for you in order to correct us.
Right.
So they're going to have to get removed from the street. And these are big people. They're all the way down to small people. They have to come on off of the streets in order for them to even be able to approach these kids.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's my comment.
Hey, go do what you got. What you know needs to be done. Take care, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go to Jim. Jim, that's silly. Who do you think won?
Oh yeah. Hi guys. Nice and hot today. I think it was a draw. It was a tempest in a teapot. I think really, and the way the media played up like it was going to be, ooh, look out, But I think it came out well. I think the Republicans apparently they're happy with taking away food stamps. I was talking to a guy in the building. He said, "Well, I guess I lost $60 worth of food stamps. You barely make it to the store." I said, "Well, that's the Republican."
Well, Jim, you just
makes him happy.
Wait, let him finish. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm saying if that's what makes them happy, taking away those food stamps from poor people, I guess that's their bag. I don't know.
Well, Jim, you just heard me talking about it earlier. I hate welfare. Number one, you feed yourself. You don't need the taxpayers to feed you. Go get a job, feed yourself. And I'm glad it's a work requirement to get people.
Wait a minute.
I'm glad it's a work requirement to get people off their derriere and go work. And I'm gonna before this show is over, I'm gonna tackle entitlement programs because everybody's talking about this $30 trillion debt. Guess what? If you cut the entitlements by half, you can pay off that $30 trillion debt. So stop trying to bring this country to its knees. Whether it's out of control, whether it's out of control spending, Jim, out of control spending, out of control spending.
Okay, y'all talking over each other.
Out of control spending on your side, or the burn it all down Republicans on my side. Both of you will destroy this country, and I'm upset right now. John has a leash on me right now, but I'm upset. I'm gonna get it out before the show's over.
No, we talked about it. There's a time we gonna you'll be able to discuss that. Thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Take care.
All right, buddy. Yeah, we won't be able to take Mitchell or Phil. So we'll take you guys when we come back from break. Valon. Yeah, that's gonna be something else. That's all I gotta say about that one, Redline.
Oh yeah.
You're a little fired up right now.
I'm fired up. I'm keeping it under control.
How many cups of coffee have you had today?
One.
That's it?
That's it. I was at a graduation. I only had one.
But you make this coffee very strong, though.
Yeah, I do.
It's very strong. And you put chocolate, what? Chocolate,
the marshmallow. That's somebody that I'm going to address.
I'm trying to calm him down.
I'm going to address a marshmallow. Mafia.
Oh, Valon, I came with you, man. Bitch, Phil, hold the line. We'll take you when we get back.
been called the mystery man by the Wall Street Journal. But it's no mystery that Mark Vargas loves America and now stands ready to fight to defend your rights amid the culture war that's raging across our nation. Join Mark tomorrow night at 7 for Mark My Words with Mark Vargas, as he brings you exclusive interviews with some of the biggest names from politics, entertainment, and business, right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Joe Giro. After bipartisan passage of a bill to increase the debt ceiling Thursday, President Biden addressed the nation from the Oval Office last night.
More Americans are working today than ever in the history of this country, and inflation has dropped 10 straight months in a row. In this debate, I refuse to put what was responsible for all this economic progress on the chopping block. This bipartisan agreement protects the law that will help us build the best infrastructure in the world.
The president signed the bill into law today. The head of St. Peter's Basilica performed a special rite after a man stripped naked and hopped on the main altar with the words "Save Children of Ukraine" written on his back. The penitential rite was performed after the desecration of the altar. Hong Kong police detained 8 people, including activists and artists, on the eve of the 34th anniversary of China's Tiananmen Square crackdown. America is listening to Fox News.
Gatto Industrial Platers, Inc. is the specialist in zinc and zinc nickel plating. Gatto is big, they're good, and they're easy to work with. Their high production rack plating line has up to a 27-foot capacity to handle any zinc plating requirement. Gatto's 210,000 square foot facility can process 300 tons per day and offers complete custom packaging with available pickup and delivery in the Chicago metro area by Gatto's own fleet of trucks. All of Gatto's products are inspected and certified to ensure that each customer is receiving the best and most cost-effective plating protection. Gatto is home to King Kong, the largest zinc plating line in North America that can zinc plate parts up to 27 feet long and weighing up to 8,000 pounds. For a quote and fast 24 to 48-hour service, call George Gatto Jr. or George Gatto Sr. at 1-800-290-1223. That's 1-800-290-1223. 1-800-290-1223. Do you suffer from peripheral neuropathy in your hands or feet, causing tingling, pain, balance issues, and drugs haven't helped? There's now a treatment that's already helped thousands improve their neuropathy naturally.
I've been under the care of Dr. Fisher for a little bit, 3 months now, and I have noticed a marked improvement in my neuropathy. My sleep has been a marked improvement since like the second week. Because my pain in my foot was just throbbing, it would not give me a break, and it would take me too long to get to sleep. Please give Dr. Fisher a try, because he's the real deal.
Gold Coast Chiropractic has a cutting-edge solution with a 95% success rate. They address the underlying cause of neuropathy without taking endless drugs with serious side effects. Call today for a complimentary nerve screening in the Gold Coast or Wheaton to see if this treatment can get you your life back. Call 773-524-4164. 773-524-4164. When your home or business has an insurance claim, the next step is very important. The claim process with insurance can be tedious, hard to understand, and difficult to navigate. You need someone working for you. You need a licensed claim adjuster. Why? The insurance company will send out their inspectors that work for them, get paid by them, and represent them, not you.
This is Dan Lights from Crosscom. We inspect your property, file your claim, negotiate the damages, and maximize your settlement with your insurance company. If we complete the repairs approved by your insurance company, our service is free. Crosscom Public Adjusters has turned denied claims into approved claims. We've also increased insurance claims anywhere from 23 to 1,000%. We are licensed by the Department of Insurance and work in Illinois, Northwest Indiana, and Southern Wisconsin. Crosscom Public Adjusters, 630-871-5500. Online at CrosscomInc.com. That's CrosscomInc.com. Crosscom, building trust for over 20 years.
Have you been struggling to find an easy, safe, and secure document scanning solution for Salesforce.com, Microsoft 365, SharePoint, or OnBase by Highland? Your struggle is now over, and it's time to get your documents and operations into the 21st century. With IoT Smart Connected Scanning, it's easy to turn physical paper into digital documents and have them directly uploaded to the cloud with IoT Smart Connected Scanning from IDT. And you don't need a degree in computing or IT to make it happen. Using QR code technology uniquely configured for your specific business, anyone can set the IoT Smart Connected Scanning device up in 5 minutes or less, saving your organization money and valuable time. Remote employees can even capture documents and send them safely and seamlessly. Organize documents efficiently and securely with IoT Smart Connected Scanning from IDT. To see a demo or to order now, go to ready4idt.com. That's ready4idt.com. Use promo code SMART and receive 10% off your order. IDT, putting paper in its place.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Maybe I'm foolish, when we gonna look at ourselves when it comes to black people being killed in the streets of America? I don't even want to get into what happened in Chicago, but I have no choice. This past Memorial Day weekend, from Friday to Monday, at least 53 people were shot. 11 fatally, according to police. Wow. If one black person was killed
it's too much.
By the police, we'd raise holy hell, and in some cases, there'd be riots in the streets.
Valon, you be right there with him?
No, and damn it, I'm not here to sit up there and blame anybody for that, because I'm tired of the nonsense that we've seen going on in the streets aimed at black Americans.
Wow.
That's not where I'm going. What I'm saying is, where's the due diligence when it comes to putting a spotlight on what we're doing to each other?
Valon?
That's right. That's
Stephen A. Smith.
That's Stephen A. Smith.
ESPN.
Yeah. Listen, I got to give him his credit. At least he's about the only one that spoke up from them so-called reporters of news that likes to get into politics from time to time. He's the only one that spoke up and said something real.
Yeah.
Only one.
You notice how it just disappeared, though? Nobody's talking about it today.
Of course, man. I've said it forever. We're numb to it now. It's just that's those black people. You know?
But I don't think the community is numb to it. What hope is there for them? Do they see any hope coming to come and help? They want policing. I know Tyrone. Tyrone Muhammad. We don't need no more policing, but they want them.
They're bought off. They're bought
Who, the
off.
police?
No, the people. They're bought off. They tell them, look, just calm down. Just wait a minute.
So
your check's on the way.
How do they buy them?
Your check's on the way. Welfare number one, and whatever little handout they get, you name it. Black people are bought off. You know, and if they raise too much hell, hell, guess what? They're scared to be cut off at the trough. Look, they've been giving Brandon Johnson some words, but Brandon Johnson, you know, I watched it on TV. He looked at him, you know, he just, you know, bobbed his head. He didn't even talk back to him. He just said, okay, we'll get through this together. Well, don't worry about it. Just wait a minute.
You say bought off.
They're bought off.
No, I think bought off. Valon, I think most of them just don't pay attention. They just don't know.
How don't
you?
You?
And to say, when you you generalize it to make it like it seem like all black America is bought off. I disagree with that.
I didn't say all. You didn't hear me say all.
But you said black people.
I'm talking about the black people in the hood.
No, but remember, I couldn't say kid.
Black people in the hood are bought off by the majority.
Oh, no.
If you are a well-to-do black person, what do? You get out of the hood.
No, I see.
You get out of the hood. Look at all the rappers. Look at all the rappers.
Yeah.
They grew up probably worse than me.
Yeah.
And guess where they at?
In Atlanta.
Yeah, somewhere nice.
Florida.
Somewhere nice in a pool, big pool.
But that's the goal. See, that's not. See, this type of conversation, a lot of the gatekeepers want to stop us from having this type of conversation in the hood. But it needs to be had, Valon. There is success. There are success tracks for black people.
Yeah.
But we got to talk more to them.
When the last time you talked to Valkyrie?
Who?
Valkyrie.
Just the other day.
And what did she say when she was at a well-to-do, uppity black party? What was the answer to black people's problems? More money. Because that's all they want is a bigger check so they can move out of the hood. That's it. That's it. That's the only answer you're going to get. What did Brandon Johnson just say? More investment. That's the same word they've been using forever.
You got to get off just the south side and west sides, though. There's black people living in some of these hoods who are content, who are doing great things. Look at the charter schools that are opening. Look at the magnet schools that a lot of these black people are going to. Look at Noble schools and what 97% graduation rate with young black men. This is what I'm talking about. That's what we need to talk about. That's how do we remember Marcus Watkinson was on here, was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
What's the conversation that we should have when we go into these communities? Do we want to lead with, you guys are being bought off, or hey, here's a success track. Here's something you can do. Here's the Booker T. Washington model of being successful, not the W.B. Du Bois. I'm not saying W.D. Du Bois, his model of getting to success is wrong. I just adhere more to the Booker T. Washington.
How many black people live day to day the hustle? The wake up a hustle, go to sleep a hustle. Look,
I'm still a hustler.
I ain't talking about that.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about that. I'm not going to get sidetracked. I'm talking about just wake up to some sort of hustle or scam every day.
Oh, we were supposed to take calls.
Yeah, we was. Hey, listen, hold on, everybody.
That's your fault.
Hold on, everybody. I got John upset.
That's your fault.
You the man. So just go to calls.
I forgot. It was a good conversation. That's why.
Okay.
But Valon, listen, I'm so serious, man. We really have to change how we approach this in the black community. Dude, I'm telling you, there are Einsteins in the black community. There are other Robert Johnsons in the black community. We just have to be able to show them who they are, the potential that rests and lies within them. And we also have to bring God back into their lives. They have to know that something greater than them. We'll be right back.
After the storm inside. A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
It's amazing. I have more energy. I feel better. I have energy all day long. I don't get worn out, tired till I get off and get home, So, yeah, I love it.
I am getting through my day with all the energy that I need. And I really honestly think it's the Balance of Nature that I'm taking. And it dawned on me. I thought, wow, it's 6 o'clock. I had all the energy I needed to deal with meetings, deal with issues, deal with all the people. So it's just giving me what I need to get through.
Start your journey to better health with Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order. That's 1-800-246-8751. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
When you're serious about your concealed carry training and education and are ready to learn from an active police officer with a teaching degree, check out Illinois Concealed Carry Training in Midlothian. You'll learn safe, responsible firearm use, home defense planning, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, and how to remain physically, morally, and financially safe in the event you must use your firearm in self-defense or the defense of another. Weekday and weekend classes available.
I'm Sergeant Gary Carr, police firearms trainer and the owner of Illinois Concealed Carry Training. We'll arm you with what really counts: knowledge and training. All concealed carry curriculums are not created equal. This may be the single most important decision you'll ever make for yourself and your loved ones. Choose between 3 and 16-hour classes that are available both weekdays and weekends. We are your one-stop for concealed carry classes, fingerprints, and legal defense plans.
Register for a class today and get 10% off class fees with promo code AM560. Visit IllinoisConcealedCarry.com. That's IllinoisConcealedCarry.com.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. I'm fit to be tired because, you know, I keep saying this, man. There's greatness in individuals. I'll never forget a book I read, Just a Minute by Wes Stafford, man. And it talks about how you got 1 minute, just a minute, 1 minute to build something in a child anytime you come across somebody that's a child. You got 1 minute. Either they walk away excited about their future, or they walk away feeling like there's no hope. And I think a lot of these people, Sharptons and these people, they peddle this notion that black people can't be great. I disagree with that. And there's so much greatness in the black community.
Yeah.
And we gotta. That's why I said I really want to start. I want people. You got black friends who are. I got them. I'm working through some of my friends who are very wealthy to try to get them on the show to talk about what it is that they're doing. But let's go to the phone lines. Mitchell's been holding for a while. Mitchell, thanks for holding.
What's going on there, John Verlon?
What's up?
First of all, it's the Teal Hardeman organization. It's called
Ceasefire.
Violence Disruptors.
And it was Ceasefire initially.
Yeah, Ceasefire, right. Yeah. And then I think it became Violence Disruptors. The funny thing is he had a show on WCBT, and these nutjob radical Democrats would call him, and they would insult him for doing this particular program.
Yeah.
For Ceasefire.
Yeah.
I said, you guys are out of your mind.
Yeah.
You got a guy here that's willing to put together to protect, right? A citizens protection program, and you have Steve from the Gold Coast talking about liabilities.
Oh, that guy. You remember that? Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Jesus. Now, my point that you bring up, John, with let's go Brandon Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
This is the biggest crutch that I have. Okay, what he just said in the comments that you basically referenced about the shootings and whatnot in Memorial Day, and he talks about he uses a red herring, which is a distraction.
Yeah.
It's a deflection about economic investments. And Verlon, you're right on the point. This is going on for 5 decades, and guess what? Nothing's changed. You know why? Walmart and Whole Foods took out and left the Chicago proper? Because they can't have a sustainable business, John and Verlon, when the barbarians are at the gate and stealing everything. And instead, this Brandon Johnson is giving these thugs incentives to steal, and then doesn't make them accountable.
Right.
I said this to T.O., and every call was like, it's all about COVID. I said, COVID is another red herring. John, you talk about the moral fortitude of basically a human being.
Yeah.
There is none. Okay, Jesus Christ could literally go up to a thug right now, it would have zero impact. And it's a sad reality because you know what? There's this law of diminishing returns. Now, I think you're an incurable optimist. I think that if in the right environment, but guess what? You're talking about a mentality that will kill anybody without any what I call responsible act of decency. So what's happened in these schools are nothing but these are basically gangs on training for them to basically be involved in these organizations, and they are addicted to technology, which has a dark side. So if you want to bring in a element of what I call some just level-headed, hey, let's treat each other like a human being, that is gone, Daddy-O.
You know what else I think?
That ship is sailed.
You know what else I think?
Really quickly,
I think Democrats use the carnage in the street as a fundraiser.
They love it.
It's a fundraiser.
Yes, the left. Remember, never let a good crisis go to waste.
That's right.
That's their motto. Thanks so much, Mitchell. Let's go to Eduardo, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Hey, let me give you 2 examples here of Oakland and Germany. They had a big meeting there, and these are all lefties over there. They got really mad that the police are not taking care of these criminals. And in Germany, they're going into a recession. There's a bar in Hamburg. Check this out. 1 customer the whole day. Can you believe that?
Wow. 1?
That's what's coming over here.
It's like the movie I watched last night, to Lois.
Homeless people.
Yeah.
All that's coming over here.
Wow. But not where you are. You're in Tampa, so you don't have nothing to worry about, Eduardo.
No, hey, how about that spelling bee champion from Florida? How many people did they have from Illinois? Like 5, 6 of them, and they couldn't. Not one of them could beat the champion, but the guy from Florida won. How about that?
Oh God! Thanks, Eduardo. Let's go to Mike from Elgin. Mike,
Yeah, hi, John.
how you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, good. Did you hear Dan Bongino this past week? He's made the statement. Who's a bigger threat to the liberal left than Donald Trump?
Yeah, he is.
Did you hear who he said?
No, who? Tim Scott.
Black conservative.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why we're demonized so much.
Yeah.
You know. Again, Mike. I always say this. It's one thing though to be a black conservative. What they fear the most is somebody that's attached to the party, a black Republican. They hate black Republicans. They can deal with a black conservative, but when you put the scarlet letter of the R behind your name, that's when they really come after you.
Hey, Mike, if you would have been on another show and repeated what a host said, you'd have got hung up on.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You heard it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. By a dummy. Yeah. By mafia. You'd have got hung up on by mafia.
Villan got issues today. But
yeah, and it's just a shame though that the whites. It's kind of hard for us to go into your neighborhood to help out. When it has to kind of come from within, like you guys have been saying.
Right. But but you got people like Jamal Cole from My Block, My Hood, My City, doing great things in the city of Chicago, taking kids out who've never experienced anything outside of the city of Chicago, taking them all across the world in some regards. Shout out to Jamal Cole, My Block, My Hood, My City.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Mike, for calling us.
Hey,
go ahead,
John,
real quick.
give me a call on the numbers on that book. Okay.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Phil, Jim, Tom, I promise you when we get back from break, we'll take your calls. We'll be right back.
With madness on my brain, I resort to violence. My killers move in silence, like you don't know what I silence. New York killers are wildest. My dogs is with it. You want it? Come and get it.
It's almost time for the annual AM 560 golf outing presented by Signature Bank. And this year, AM 560 is proud to partner with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation to help them support America's first responders and military heroes, including homeless veterans, and to help America never forget 9/11. This year, our golf outing is happening on Thursday, June 22nd at McRae Memorial Golf Club in Barrington. When you purchase a foursome to join us, you'll enjoy a full day of golf, which includes lunch and either breakfast or dinner. Business owners, when you purchase a foursome, you'll receive 25 one-minute commercials to air on AM 560 to promote your business and a free digital marketing analysis. And this year, we have twosomes available in addition to foursomes. Reserve your spot today at 560theanswer.com/golf. That's 560theanswer.com/golf. Sponsored in part by Breakthrough Ideas, Mars Medical, ServPro, and by the Wilkins Automotive Group.
Hi, this is Carl Amari.
I'm Lisa Wolf. Join us every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. for all things entertainment on Hollywood 360.
If you love classic radio shows, The Shadow, Jack Benny, The Lone Ranger, Dragnet, Gunsmoke, and many more, we have them for you on Hollywood 360.
We'll also present trivia contests with prizes, showbiz news, celebrity interviews, games, and movie reviews.
So don't miss Hollywood 360 every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
This Father's Day, find the perfect gift for the dad who loves the perfect yard. From steel mowers and blowers to trimmers and chainsaws, our AK Homeowner System of battery-powered equipment has a range of tools Dad is sure to love. Visit your local steel dealer and save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trimmer set. Now just $149.99. Real steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Was $199.99 MSRP. Set includes AK-10 battery and AL101 charger. Offer valid for a limited time at participating dealers while supplies last.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. Let's go straight to the phone lines. Jim from South Elgin. What's up, Jim? Also a sponsor of this show. I appreciate you, brother.
It's always a pleasure. There are a lot of good topics. I was telling some of our friends in WVON that in Chicago they spend $30,000 a year per kid, and they socially promote them. They don't do squat. They're not getting the education that they should be. And I have a daughter who's 8 years old now. She just finished first grade at a Catholic school in Elgin. Now, when she started earlier this academic year, within a week, I got the warning flags from the teachers saying that she was not prepared to be in second grade because a lot of the math problems were based in reading, and she was weak in reading. She was good in everything else, but she was weak in reading.
Wow.
So they said, put her back in first grade, and she'll thrive.
Right.
And she's done very well. So I tell my friends in Urban Talk Radio Land, they're starting to listen, by the way, that we have to quit throwing money at the schools. We got to get rid of these CPS unions because they're not serving people, and we got to quit, like you're saying, keeping the same people in power because they're not serving us.
Right. And Jim, also, I'm gonna tell you something. As you know, I'm with Grace Association. We're starting the school in Elgin. We bought the land, got the building, and everything, K through 12. So that may be something you want to look into.
Well, it might be once it opens up. She's actually at the St. Thomas More for school. It's a very nice little school, 5,000 a year.
Yeah.
Plus, we should get a rebate back for the. That's why we need vouchers.
We need we need what's happening in Florida. The money follows the student. So thanks so much, Jim.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother. Let's go to Dan. Met me at Talking Points with Dan and Moi. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Dan and Wheaton? Yep.
Hey, what's up? I now remember you.
What's that?
I said now I remember when you said Wheaton.
Yeah. Met you at the Talking Points there, you and your wonderful wife there, and I just wanted to give a shout out. You guys are just doing a phenomenal job. First time I get to listen to you from start to finish, and you guys doing a great job talking the hard stuff you have to say. That
only thing is, Babette wasn't my wife. That's my friend.
Wow.
Babette's a good friend.
All right. Well, you keep that straight. That's for sure. But
that's true.
You guys doing a great job saying the hard stuff that needs to be said. You don't work, you don't eat. I've read that in the Bible, I believe.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
But when you start talking stuff like that, you're against the other people, and they don't like that. So I just wanted to commend you guys doing a fantastic job out there.
Thank you. Now, Dan, see, we just offer a different alternative. You don't always have to do it the way the left wants you to do it. There's a different way. There's so many ways to success. So many avenues to success. Correct. Thank you.
But you're right. All right. Have a great end of the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Vlon, I don't know if you saw it, but I started a drawing so that if people go head over to blackandwhiteradio.com, purchase some gear, they'll win an opportunity to come in and guest co-host with us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So if you're interested in that, you want to come in, you want to try your luck at radio, head over to blackandwhiteradio.com, buy some merch, and your name gets thrown into a drawing for you to come and into studio with Vlon and I, and so that you guys can, especially somebody that's sitting next to you, that can slap you in the back of that head.
Mm-hmm.
It's shiny today. What you put on it? The African booty scratcher oil?
Just some baby oil.
Phil, why you hang up, bro? I was gonna take you. He didn't even. He hung up on us. Phil, don't hang up on us.
He's a racist.
Oh boy, you two. Yeah. Well, if you guys can see Vlon and Phil's text thread, oh my God, it's either I'm going at it with him or you're going at it with him.
I'm done playing around with left and right. If you want to destroy this country, if you are racist, if you are an idiot, dummy, stupid, mafia, I'm coming at you.
And we're going to get more into that in the second hour. But guess what? We got a treat. Congressman Darren LaHood is going to be calling in at the top of the hour to talk about the debt ceiling. And we will only have him for a short time because he doesn't have a lot of time today. But because of our friendship, he decides to call in. He wants to call in. So we'll see. Hour 2. Don't go anywhere. Hour 2 coming up next.
I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter.
One of the most important decisions you can make as a parent is where you send your kids to school. But these days, it's never been harder to know which school is best. Public schools have changed a lot, and you might be thinking about sending your child to a private Christian school. But you also know that private school can be expensive, and in this economy, you might think it's not an option. Well, think again. With halfpriceschools.com, you can purchase tuition vouchers for half the price of normal tuition for private schools. For nearly 10 years, halfpriceschools.com has helped families from all over Chicagoland make the dream of private school a reality. And that can be the reality for you and your child too. Just go to halfpriceschools.com, search for a private Christian school near you, and purchase a voucher. It's that easy. Visit halfpriceschools.com. That's halfpriceschools.com.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
Kicking their campaigns into high gear. I'm Joe Chiro, Fox News. Republican presidential candidates in Iowa today stumping at the Roast and Ride, a motorcycle ride and barbecue at the state fairgrounds. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis among them.
We see the problems day after day, but I think American decline is a choice. And I'm running for president because I think if we choose another path, we can restore American greatness.
The Roast and Rides hosted annually by Iowa Republican Senator Joni Ernst. President Biden has signed the debt ceiling bill after it was passed by the Senate Thursday. He addressed the nation last night as the legislation was sent to his desk.
We averted an economic crisis, an economic collapse. We're cutting spending and bringing the deficits down at the same time. We're protecting important priorities from Social Security to Medicare to Medicaid to veterans to our transformational investments in infrastructure and clean energy.
The bill averts a June 5th deadline when the nation would have defaulted on its loans. The border controversy not going away, though. A House subcommittee on border security and enforcement will hold a hearing Tuesday on the end of Title 42. Arizona Republican Congresswoman Debbie Lesko.
I think we want to know exactly what's going on. It doesn't appear that the Biden administration wants to secure the border. Instead, I believe their priority is to process more illegal immigrants into the United States.
The GOP has criticized the Biden administration for not extending Title 42 after it expired last month. 2 people were killed when their small twin-engine airplane crashed today at Tupelo Regional Airport in northeastern Mississippi. Witnesses told a local TV station the plane banked sharply after takeoff and came down beside the airport's Army Aviation Support Facility. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
We've got a moonlit sky through the overnight hours, low 62, hazy sunshine tomorrow. The start of a more comfortable stretch of weather, my friend, the high 81 to wrap the weekend. And when you get back at it, sun and clouds mixed on Monday, high 85. Partly sunny, cooler on Tuesday, but pleasant, the high 71. I'm Ruth O'Brien on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Dr. Gorka here, and I want to talk to you for a minute about the 100% drug-free Relief Factor. We all deal with aches and pains in our day-to-day lives, and I have had my fair share, including injuries like a detached quad muscle that I can tell you fell into the category of really bad pain. But I've been able to manage the pain by taking Relief Factor. It helps your own body to attack and fight off sources of inflammation, the source of most of our aches and pains, and I've loved it for years now. Almost 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it worked for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick starter pack for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com, call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference.
When you're in the market to buy or sell a home, commercial property, or even vacant land, let attorney Susan J. Kim step in. She's reliable, responsive, personable, and extremely thorough when helping you deal with an otherwise stressful transaction. Attorney Kim leads with her values and is committed to providing legal services with excellence. To contact Attorney Kim, visit sjkimlaw.com. That's sjkimlaw.com. Whether it's drafting agreements, negotiating contract terms, or closing on a property, attorney Susan J. Kim can do it all. Over 10 years of experience and her wealth of knowledge tackling complicated legal negotiations and breaking them down into a smooth, easy-to-understand process is what she does best. So let attorney Susan J. Kim step in. To schedule your legal consultation today, visit sjkimlaw.com. That's sjkimlaw.com or call 847-906-3166. Susan J. Kim, attorney at law, is a state of Illinois licensed real estate attorney.
You can't live forever, but your legacy can. For over 185 years, Families have trusted Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago, with 47 locations throughout Cook and Lake counties, to set their legacies in stone. A prepaid cemetery plan locks in today's prices and safeguards against rising inflation. Visit CatholicCemeteryChicago.org or call 708-236-5490 to schedule a free consultation today.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. I'm going to get right to it because we the congressman doesn't have that much time to spend with us. He's going to spend one segment with us. But I'm, excuse me, so happy to have my friend, former colleague, congressman for the 16th, I believe the 16th. He used to represent the 18th. Remember when we had another congressional seat? Congressman Darren LaHood, who was a resounding no on the debt ceiling bill. Congressman LaHood, welcome back to Black and Right.
Hey, John, great to be with you and your listeners today.
I always love it. I just wanted to know right on the outset, I've already started the rumor Darren LaHood for governor in the next cycle. I'm starting the rumor, so if you hear about it.
Hey, John, make sure my wife doesn't hear that. I learned a long time ago, you don't ever talk about running for any office unless your wife's standing next to you.
This is true. So let's talk about it. The debt ceiling, the so-called compromise. 71 GOP voted against it, which you were one. 46 Democrats. You know, there was a quote that was attributed to Representative Brad Sherman from California. It says, I'm reading from the Federalist.com. Meanwhile, Representative Brad Sherman, Democrat California, perfectly summarized how Democrats feel about the measure, reportedly remarking after its passage Wednesday, "Now we are allowed to say it. We rolled them." What was it about this bill, Congressman, that you said to yourself, I cannot in good conscience vote for this debt ceiling bill?
Well, John, the bottom line is what was imperative to me as I thought about my constituents is we're $32 trillion in debt. And when I looked at this bill and I looked at how are we going to get a handle on spending, how are we going to hold the Biden administration accountable, how are we going to get ourselves on the path to fiscal solvency, I did not see it in this bill.
Yeah.
Now, I give Speaker McCarthy credit for trying to negotiate a good bill and get to that point, but in my view, we didn't get there, and so I voted no. Now, remember, John, about a month ago, there was a bill on the House floor that raised the debt ceiling, but had substantial and systematic reforms that I supported.
The Limit, Save, Grow Act, right? The Limit, Save, and Grow Act, right?
Yeah. 100%. And in that bill, we put work requirements on welfare recipients that received TANF and SNAP, which we should have. We clawed back about $700 billion in leftover COVID money. We froze the federal budget at 2022 levels. That, to me, was substantial progress, and that didn't happen in this bill.
Yeah, and when another aspect of this bill, this pushes this out back into January 1st, 2025. That's a problem. I mean, listen, there's politics involved in this. There's a presidential election coming up. Why do we continue to keep pushing off these bills until after the election cycles? Because there was a bill that was, I'm sorry, go ahead.
John, we're because we don't want to take responsibility for it. We're advocating our responsibility, right? Because what happens in January 25, that's after the election.
Yes.
You know, a lot of members aren't accountable to their voters because it's a lame duck. That's another valid reason why I didn't support this. And then lastly, we talked about, and I voted on it, one of the first bills in January was gutting the 87,000 IRS agents the Democrats put in place We didn't do that in this bill. They're going to be able to continue to fund the IRS. And again, that's another reason we didn't do it. And lastly, John, once the bill went over to the Senate, I think you saw what happened over there. There was only 11 Republican senators that supported it.
Sir, I have a question for you. What do Republicans have to gain by bringing the United States to default? We have a $24 trillion obligation. If we defaulted on that, it would be a global crisis. We are tied into multiple countries around the world. People will lose stocks. They'll lose everything they work for. Businesses will come to a halt if we default on this federal government, and we will be blamed for it. Once Democrats start cutting off whatever, welfare checks, once they cut off Social Security checks, national parks, whatever, we will be the bad guy, and God knows who is going to cobble together at the last minute and give them a clean debt ceiling, and they can spend what they want.
Well, I think you summarized it well. Let me just mention one other thing. This statement by Janet Yellen that, first it was June 1st, and then it was June 5th, and, it could be the end of June, we're going to run out of money. I frankly don't believe them. I think they were deceitful and not upfront, and so that's number one. I wasn't convinced we were going to default at the particular time. And then number two, I don't know what else we have to do to get the attention of people. And let me just say this, John. Republicans and Democrats are at fault for why we're $32 trillion in debt.
That's right.
Under President Trump, we spent $7 trillion, right, through COVID.
Yep.
And some of that was warranted for vaccines, but I voted against about half of it because we're spending too much money and not having any way to pay for it.
Wow. I want to shift gears real quick. And I don't bring this up to make fun of the sitting president. But what happened at that graduation speech? I feel like in some regards, what they're doing to this man, President Biden, is abusive. He doesn't seem like he has all his faculties there. You're there in D.C. Have you met with him? What's going on with President Biden?
Well, John, it's sad. It really, when I saw that occur, him falling on the stage at the Air Force Academy, it feels to me like elder abuse. The fact that he's up there doing this, it's sad. As somebody that's had elderly grandparents and people that have been around me and in-laws, and you've seen it with other people, he shouldn't be running for president. And so it's sad in a lot of ways to see that. And no, just speaking as an American, not as a Republican or a Democrat, it's just we shouldn't have the president of the United States be put in that position.
I agree. So let's talk about this. What's going on with the special prosecutor's case that's handling Trump's that's the classified documents? I know Congressman Jordan came out and he wants to now know what's the FBI role. Why is that important for the American voter to know and understand what's happening with that case?
Well, first of all, if you read the Durham report that just came out and you read the IG report that Horowitz came out with, it's just ridiculous on what the FBI was engaged in and what they did. Now, most of it was under Comey, but the FBI is just not trustworthy and needs to be significantly reformed, John, on many different levels. And this current special prosecutor that's looking into classified documents, I think we got to take it for what it is. He's appointed by Merrick Garland, the Attorney General,
who's still sore.
Who has done nothing to rein in the weaponization of the federal government. Nobody has trust right now in this FBI, in the Department of Justice. That's why we created the Weaponization Committee to make sure. John, the vast majority of FBI agents I know love America. Right. They work hard, but there's 10% out there, maybe 5 or 10%, that are the Comeys of the world, the McCabe's of the world. That's what we got to get out of the FBI and get back to where our Department of Justice is colorblind. The FBI is colorblind. We don't look at Republican or Democrat. We look at the facts and not have a politicized federal government.
Yeah, we got about 1 minute left. What are some of the things that you're working on? Anything you're working on in immigration, with the immigration What are some of the things that you got in?
And I will say this, John. I don't say this single day. The malign act against the U.S. to make a deceitfulness be a forward to it.
Congressman Darren Governor.
Answer is
what it promised.
The answer.
Vegetables in a capsule, changing the world. Journey to better health with balance of one or 5% off your fur by using discount.
Uphill, wearing challenge. Help. We're Salem Surround, and when it comes to market company, in a recent study, we found that as novices when it came to needs, and that's where Salem Surround truly shines. We're a increase your customer base by designing incredibly effective plans to reach night and everywhere they might be. Marketing and what your competition best in the industry and deliver customized personal service that's second to none.
If you're a local business and ready for the next step, visit surroundchicago.com right now. Our experts are ready to help you take your marketing to the next level. Visit surroundchicago.com today.
This is Ed Morrissey of HotAir.com for Town Hall. The vote late Wednesday evening finalized a tactical win for Kevin McCarthy and Republicans on spending and a humiliating retreat by Joe Biden. The president spent 97 days refusing to negotiate any deal to raise the debt ceiling and tried to bluff McCarthy with a game of chicken over a technical default. McCarthy's success in passing a debt ceiling increase with substantial cuts and no tax increases forced Democrats to negotiate on McCarthy's terms and agree to cut hundreds of billions from planned spending. Are there reasons to criticize this debt ceiling deal? Yes, but this is a debt ceiling negotiation on budget items already passed by Congress. It was not a budget negotiation, but it does set the stage for that next budget negotiation, and on terms more friendly to conservatives. McCarthy's ability to pass the first bill demonstrates that the Speaker and the House majority are forces to be reckoned with. Clearly, more is needed, but in order to achieve that, Republicans have to win more elections. It was a tactical win.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Fallon, you didn't hear about the white dude with the swastika?
No.
And the flamethrower in Chicago on the West Side?
No.
Yes, it's a true story. I thought it was fake. But some dude was in the city of Chicago with a flamethrower, bro, telling the cops he going to kill him. He going to kill all the black people in Chicago.
And out of all the urban black radio that I listened to, that would have been a topic for them to talk about. Dude, I did not hear about
I thought it was fake, man. All right, let's get these callers because I know you got a rant that you want to go off on. Let's go to Man on the Street. Mark, what's up, brother? Mark, you there?
Mark Wiremore. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
There you go, buddy.
Yeah, Mark Wiremore, Man on the Street. I'm out here. I'm in Indiana, in Verlon's country. I came over here to buy some gasoline and cigarettes and some other things. So
tell me what
Chicago.
Tell me what the price is because I just had to put $20 in Hyde Park and it was $4.69. What's the price there in Indiana?
Oh, it's $1 less.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
God,
man. And cigarettes, I don't smoke, but cigarettes are only $7 here. So
yeah,
it's insane what's going on in Chicago. But, that's one more thing I complain about. I'm a one-trick pony.
All right, so talk about it. What's going on? You came to give us an update on something a rally.
Yeah, so I was at Tuesday night school board meeting in Highland Park. So they've had, the shooting last July 4th, 7 people murdered. Then they had a kid a month or so ago brought a gun to school. So a lot of the parents are upset. They want metal detectors and more armed security. So they don't have that now. So we go to the board meeting, and they end up with metal detectors and armed security and search us.
Oh, Enrique's on the line to talk about that. Enrique put that together.
Yeah.
He was one of the people that put that
And
together.
I was with him and Susan Wall.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to hearing them. But I was out there. I've got an article in Illinois Review about it with photos of us being wanted. The policeman was standing behind me. Apparently, the threat level goes up when I go and speak at a board
No,
meeting.
you guys are domestic terrorists, man.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing. And the board was rude to us. And, we're just concerned about the kids' safety. And I don't know if I want metal detectors, but armed security is what they need in these schools.
Uh-oh.
They have to be prepared of, you hear that guy going by with no muffler? That's Indiana for you. That's a Verlon person there. So,
Oh, my God. Thanks so much for giving us a call,
But,
Mark. Is that it? You got more?
no, that's all I got. So I'll let you.
Hey, wait. Mark, before you get off the phone,
What?
guess what's getting ready to happen in the next hour?
Tell me. And by the way, Darren LaHood was a great guest.
He
He's
was.
a friend of mine too. What's going on in the
Stephanie
next?
Trussell is bringing us boss dogs. Ha ha, and you're not here. Ha ha.
Oh my God! And I got to give a shout out. Next Saturday, she's going to be the keynote speaker at the Reagan dinner in Lake County. Another Reagan dinner.
Yeah, that's what she's coming to talk about.
Ask her about the details on that.
Yeah, that's what she's coming to talk about. Thanks. All right, Mark, we got to go.
All
right. Enrique, look who's on the line.
Yeah,
Enrique.
I see.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Anthony. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I wasn't going to be on last week, or else I would have had you on.
Not a problem. Memorial Day kind of changes everything. It was worth it, though. We had our rally on Tuesday, and I believe it was a spectacular success and everything that we were trying at least to get across. Keep in mind, we're fighting against a school board who believes like they believe, and they're dragging their feet.
Yeah.
Bottom line, I don't know how much time we have, but they did present the results of that survey, which I had alluded to before. First of all, that survey was flawed. It had technical glitches up there, you know what? A number of parents didn't get it, even though they extended the time of the survey from 1 week to 2 weeks. A number of parents still did not get it. The survey was manipulative and misleading in the questions, the way they were phrased, like, oh, are you willing to cut academics and arts to get your metal detectors, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
And then on top of that, and I FOIA'd it, I should get the FOIA results this coming week as to how much it actually costs. I FOIA'd the contract, but Suzanne did her own investigating and did her own quote with that same company and got a kind of an equivalent quote, but with a scaled-down version, and it came out to $20,000 for what they spent. So we suspect that the school spent much more than that. I'll find out when I get the survey results.
Oh, nice.
But here's a really interesting thing. Even when the survey is flawed and manipulative as it was to gain a certain response, guess what happened? It was over 50% of the parents still wanted, and now the catchphrase, just so you know, is for your audience, is no longer metal detectors. It's now weapon detection systems. Weapon detection system is now the operative word that they are using, and that's how they phrase it. But even with other things going against this survey, this flawed survey, it still showed that more people wanted weapons detection systems installed in the schools than not.
Yeah.
So now the school board has zero recourse to say for them not to do it, other than just to continue to drag their feet. And yes, everything that the previous caller, Mark Waymuller, thank you, Mark, for being there. Your presence was great. You did a great job in presenting your case. And everything he said, and he posted it on his site, that yes, the guards were there to guard the school board from mean, nasty, bad gun-toting parents, none of which is true because nobody ever showed up with a gun. And the accusation that somebody was coming with a gun, as far as I'm concerned, is false because nobody could provide any corroboration whatsoever. So, yes, that's my piece there.
All right, Enrique, thank you so much. If you're doing anything else, don't be afraid to give us a call. Let us know what you guys are doing up there.
I will.
All right. Thank you so much, Enrique.
Take care.
All right. Should we bring Dennis in and let you rant?
Bring Dennis in, but how much time do I have to rant?
Oh, dude, we're gonna the rest of this segment.
I know. Okay.
So we good. Let's bring in the prosecutor, Dennis Rebelletti. I'm sure you got some words for us, Rebelletti. Where you at, Red? Where you at? Wisconsin or South Carolina?
Well, I'm in Wisconsin right now. I want to breathe some free air up here. You know, the freedom up here. You know, I have to get away from the super majorities down in Illinois. So, but I saw it when I was texting with Verlon. I was a little concerned about his well-being since he has a lot of issues with the debt ceiling. So I was hoping he might talk a little bit more about it so I can join him with it.
Oh yeah, he's getting ready to. That's his rant. He said I was holding him back. And I don't hold him back. There's a flow there's a natural flow that happens, and that's perfect. Right after Congressman Darren LaHood, perfect segue for you, Levon. What did I call you?
Veron.
Verlon. I'm talking like you now.
Well, I've been struggling for over an hour to articulate what I wanted to say. Because mafia. And is the mic on?
It's on, brother.
Dummy. Stupid. I want to make sure he's listening. Listen to me. Listen to me close. From hell's heart, I stab at thee. For hate's sake, I breathe my last breath at thee. Anybody,
sounds dark,
whether it's foreign or domestic, that wants to bring America to its knees by defaulting on our debt and enter in a global crisis. Hey, stupid. It's not prioritizing America's debt. We're in a $24 trillion obligation worldwide.
Come on, man.
If you want China to replace us, that's the easiest way to do it. That's what Darren LaHood was talking about. You want to be replaced? You want America to cease being the guiding light around the world? Just default. Just default. And I'm tired of the left and the right. Whether the left wants to spin, whether the right wants to cut us off by the knees or the head, everybody's going crazy. I'm going to tell you like my parents used to tell us, go sit in the corner or get out of the room because grown folks talking. Grown folks are talking. The level-headed people are talking because Newt Gingrich was right. I don't care how much of a scumbag you want to call him or whatever you want to call him, a crook. If we would have came close to default, it would have been nameless people coming to the table and Democrats would have got a clean debt ceiling and it would have been much more than $4 trillion.
They would have got it clean. No, they're not with Kevin McCarthy holding the house.
If we would have been in default, he wouldn't have had a choice. He wouldn't have had a choice at all. He got the best deal he could get, and you got to take baby steps. This is a win. This is a move forward. He was on the Morning Answer.
Let my people go.
Even Dan agreed. He didn't fuss about it. He understands. He's the smartest guy on the radio station. He understands. Hotheads will destroy this country. My God, what's wrong with you people? Let's move forward. Baby steps. McCarthy, my guy. I've been telling you this for a couple of years, John. My guy. Even Scalise, your guy. Mm-hmm. Even Jim Jordan, our guy, agree with McCarthy. What about them? Are they bust outs? Are they scumbags? Are they stupid? Are they dummies? No. Just get out of the room and let the grown folks talk.
Oh, God.
Okay, Valon, you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You need a 120 life?
It's not over.
Well, it's not over.
Mafia!
Because somebody's calling in. It's not over at all. You're listening to Black and White Radio. It's about to be some Wang Dang Doodle Radio. We'll be right back.
Make sure that you never miss a day of Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson when you subscribe to the Chicago's Morning Answer podcast, presented by Signature Bank. Listen to the entire show each day on demand with limited commercial breaks. You can subscribe today for free at 560theanswer.com and click on podcasts or search for Chicago's Morning Answer on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Fox News, I'm Joe Chiro. Arlene is now a tropical depression off the Florida coast, but more storm systems may be on the horizon.
It is hurricane season, so Miami leaders, they are asking people to prepare for the season. One factor to consider are the newcomers who haven't experienced a storm yet.
Fox Weather's Brady Campbell in Miami. The 2024 field of Republican presidential candidates likely to expand.
Former Vice President Mike Pence is ready to jump into the race. Allies of former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie formed a super PAC ahead of his likely bid bid, and North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is expected to announce as well. Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz told the Fox News Rundown podcast he thinks it's a two-man race between former President Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Cruz, who came in second to Trump in 2016 after those GOP primaries, says this time around he'll support whichever Republican wins.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America's listing of Fox News.
Are you considering a unique way to enhance your investment knowledge this year? Then sign up today for the all-inclusive Eagle Financial Publications Cruise. Along with our trusted partner, The Money Show, we're setting sail this December to explore some of the most beautiful and unspoiled destinations in the Caribbean. But this is no ordinary vacation. It's a chance to learn from top Eagle financial experts like best-selling authors George Gilder, Mark Skousen, and others who will be hosting a series of workshops and seminars throughout the trip. Imagine lounging on the sun deck while discussing investment strategies with like-minded individuals, or enjoying a gourmet dinner at the same table with one of our leading financial authorities. This once-in-a-lifetime cruise is a perfect way to combine education and relaxation to achieve your investment goals. This cruise will sell out quickly, so visit EagleFinancialCruise.com today to learn more and to secure your cabin. That's EagleFinancialCruise.com. Eagle Financial is a division of Salem Media Group.
Retirement planning can be complicated. From asset and legacy protection to retirement income and extended care, you need a plan. Tune in to Retirement and Income Radio, hosted by well-known Chicagoland financial educator Mark Kohler. Mark helps listeners in or near retirement protect their savings from market volatility while creating lifetime guaranteed income. Listen to Retirement and Income Radio Sunday afternoons at 3:30 on AM 560 The Answer, or call Mark now at 844-619-SAFE.
Ever notice how most people never leave online reviews unless they're really mad? And they want the entire world to know how bad their experience was. Rick from Forever Remodeling here, and we average 4.8 stars on 144 Google reviews. I know what you're thinking. Sure, 132 people gave you 5 stars, but what about those 12 who didn't? Glad you asked. 3 of them are 1-star reviews from people we never even did business with. Most of the rest are 4-star reviews from people who loved us and said things like, "We are thrilled and would recommend Forever Remodeling to anyone." So why only 4 stars? One customer sums it up: "I only gave 4 stars because I never give 5. Fair enough, I guess. Google ForeverRemodeling.com and see for yourself. The reviews are all right there. We do kitchens, baths, basements, whole homes, and additions. Check us out at ForeverRemodeling.com or call 847-809-3355. That's ForeverRemodeling.com.
Listen up, property managers, condo boards, and property owners. GT Maintenance Solutions is Chicagoland's premier commercial cleaning and janitorial service provider. If you're in need of quality cleaning and janitorial services in and around the Chicagoland area, GT Maintenance Solutions is the best unkept secret you've been looking for. The staff at GT Maintenance is dependable, reliable, and trustworthy. They get the job done right and on schedule the first time. The GT Maintenance crew is fully trained to care for your type of building, large or small. They take great pride in their work, so you can take pride in your property. GT Services has crews to serve you in the city of Chicago, north and south, southwest suburbs as well. Call GT Maintenance today for a free estimate at 773-988-4567. That's 773-988-4567. Or visit online at gtcleans.com. That's gtcleans.com. You dream it, GT cleans it.
You can't live forever, but your legacy can. For over 185 years, families have trusted Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago, with 47 locations throughout Cook and Lake counties, to set their legacies in stone. A prepaid cemetery plan locks in today's prices and safeguards against rising inflation. Visit CatholicCemeteryChicago.org or call 708-236-5490 to schedule a free consultation today.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. Looks like we got a call from my buddy Sean Thompson from the Sean Thompson Show, heard every day, 4 to 7, right here on these airwaves in the Signature Bank studio. Sean Thompson.
Hey, moron with the taffy apple head. Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
You freaking idiot.
I'm talking about
Let me
you.
explain something to you.
Moron.
You're saying that thing about $24 trillion. Do you even know what you're talking about?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Hold on. Let him talk.
You looked it up. Oh, did you Google it, you moron? The $24 trillion you're talking about isn't government spending. It's the dollar in circulation, you idiot. Government spending is the expansion of debt. What you're calling for is the expansion of debt. And you say it to LaHood, and he doesn't correct you on it? You sound like a moron. But see, here's the good news. 80% of you people are morons. 80% of you idiots who pretend to be Republicans, you're morons. You're talking, I'm shutting down the government spending, not the private economy, genius. The private economy exists outside of government spending. You're advocating for government seizure. Do you understand that? And you got my number. You don't want to call me? You want to blab your mouth on the radio?
Hey, you don't want to call me a
I'll
name.
shut
You
your
don't
mouth
want to
in
call
5
me a name
seconds.
and hung up the phone.
Hold on. I'm going to give you opportunity to speak.
You got my number. You call me like a man. You're going to say it on the radio like you're a tough guy? I'll shut your mouth in 5 seconds. You understand me?
When am I going to get a chance to talk and respond?
You don't know what you're talking about.
It's a 24
You're just blabbing your big freaking mouth.
Now let me explain something to you.
24 trillion.
It's a 24
You don't have to
trillion.
explain anything to me,
It's a
simpleton.
$24 trillion debt across the globe, dummy, and every financial
talking about
market would free.
All right.
Every market.
Your mic is off, bro. All right. You ready to have your mic back on?
Yeah.
Okay. Turn his mic back on. Now respond.
Every market.
Sean, hang up.
Yeah. Idiot. When you get back to Chicago, I'll see you face to face. I don't need to call you.
No fighting. No violence, guys.
I fought
No
the
violence.
block bully my whole life. I fought the schoolyard bully. And guess what? I bust the class clown that like to call names in the mouth and he stopped talking. Okay? It's a $24 trillion
still on?
debt. It's a $24 trillion debt across
Hey,
the
do me
globe.
a favor. Go back to the Democrats where you belong.
Never been a Democrat. Maybe you have.
Back to the Democrats.
I've never been
moron.
one.
All right.
Never been one.
Sean, thank you, brother.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't understand the difference between the government spending and an economy. He doesn't get it. He asked Google what the debt flow is. He doesn't understand the debt flow has nothing to do with government. It's private debt flow. It's private velocity of money.
Now respond to that.
So these are the morons.
He's not going to see. He's not going to.
Wait, hold on. Go ahead, Sean. Finish.
How many times did Reagan shut the economy down? Hey, dummy. How many times did Reagan shut the government down?
Hey, stupid.
How many?
Can you
Answer
go
the
a whole
question,
show
you
without
freaking idiot.
calling names? Can you go a show without calling names?
Vlad, take a deep breath.
He can't go a show without calling names.
But respond to this point. What are you saying?
Communist, socialist.
Vlad, time out. Let's refocus. Respond to the point that he's making.
What point is he making?
He's making the point that you're not shutting down the entirety of the economic
Okay,
system.
let me explain.
You're shutting down
let me explain
government
something.
spending.
No matter what, Republicans will get the blame. Okay, they will stop Social Security
Fucking
checks.
idiot.
They will stop.
How many
See,
times
that's all he
did
knows.
Reagan
That's all he
shut
knows
the
how to do is
government
call
down?
names. That's all
How
he
many
can do.
times? Answer the question, you simpleton. How many times did Reagan shut the government down?
You tell me since you know everything. You tell me.
You fracking idiot.
How many times?
How long was he the president? 8 years.
This is the difference. You need you a man. You
See,
are a
you're-
man.
you know
You
what your
are a
problem is?
man
Listen.
of the past.
You think
need
you
to
know.
come to. You need to come into reality.
You don't know.
You're no different than Phil from Blue Island. No different. You're stuck in the past.
You listen to me.
You're
Have
stuck
a
in
good
the
time
past.
on this show. You're a disgrace. You shouldn't go near a microphone. You're too stupid.
Oh man, you can't
All
talk
right.
without
Thank
calling
you, Sean.
names.
Thank you, Sean.
So all
Have a
you
good
do
one,
is
buddy.
throw. All you do is throw around names. You can't do a show without calling names.
Do you understand what he's saying?
Class clown.
Valant, let's stick to the topic of what he's talking about. Do you understand the difference, the distinction? The distinction is we're not shutting down the worldwide system. We're shutting down the governmental system, the economic system within the government. That's what he's saying.
I hear all of that.
And it's factual. That's
But-
he's
but
right.
The bank, every CEO, every person with any knowledge of this, you can listen to a loudmouth on the radio all you want and bank your stocks and whatever money you got up in the financial system. But everybody, even Stephen Moore, whoever has knowledge of this system says it will be a freeze of the financial system and it's going to hurt the American people. I'm not going to bank whatever I have on the word of Sean Thompson.
Well, I would also. You heard what he said? What Darren LaHood said, though. The Treasury Secretary picked an arbitrary date, and she kept pushing it back. So what was it? What day was it that we would default on our debt? See, I mean, they played a lot of games.
Yeah, but the final date was the 5th.
And that's another arbitrary date.
Do you want to chance it?
I'm saying,
do you want to chance it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Honestly, I do.
I don't.
Dennis, what say you? Is he there? Oh, Dennis was running for cover. Did you run for cover?
Oh, I didn't run for cover. You know, here, the federal government shouldn't pay its bills. The House Republicans should have shut the government down. Why?
Yeah. Well, I'm okay with a little shutdown every now and again, though.
So Dennis,
no, it doesn't work out that way. Republicans get
it's
blamed
been shut down, though. We have had government shutdowns. We had it when Barack was in office. I believe we had it when Bush was in office.
2013.
Yeah, exactly. So hold the line, Dennis. We got some more calls on the line. Valon, I'm gonna let you go and calm down, and then you can come back. We'll be right back.
You have probably heard from a young age that you need to eat your fruits and vegetables. But there are so many different ones. And not only that, the cost continues to grow the more and more fruits and vegetables you put in your shopping basket. Help keep it simple and get a variety of fruits and vegetables with Balance of Nature's fruits and veggie capsules. You get the benefit of 31 whole fruits and vegetables by taking a few capsules of Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. Not to mention, it comes straight to your door. Start your journey to better health with Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first order as a preferred customer. That's 1-800-2468-751. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-2468-751 and get this special offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
This is Dennis Prager. Now you can listen to my show when it's convenient for you and without censorship from Big Tech. Become a member of the ultimate online community for all things Prager. It's Pragertopia Unlimited. Listen to every radio show over the last 10 years, all commercial free. You can even listen to all my Torah teachings for free. Join today and save 25% off the first year and get a free Pragertopia coffee mug. Go to Pragertopia.com or click the banner at DennisPrager.com.
This is Ed Morrissey of HotAir.com for Town Hall. The vote late Wednesday evening finalized a tactical win for Kevin McCarthy and Republicans on spending and a humiliating retreat by Joe Biden. The president spent 97 days refusing to negotiate any deal to raise the debt ceiling and tried to bluff McCarthy with a game of chicken over a technical default. McCarthy's success in passing a debt ceiling increase with substantial cuts and no tax increases forced Democrats to negotiate on McCarthy's terms and agree to cut hundreds of billions from planned spending. Are there reasons to criticize this debt ceiling deal? Yes, but this is a debt ceiling negotiation on budget items already passed by Congress. It was not a budget negotiation, but it does set the stage for that next budget negotiation, and on terms more friendly to conservatives. McCarthy's ability to pass the first bill demonstrates that the Speaker and the House majority are forces to be reckoned with. Clearly, more is needed. But in order to achieve that, Republicans have to win more elections. It was a tactical win.
Hi, this is Carl Amari.
I'm Lisa Wolf. Join us every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. for all things entertainment on Hollywood 360.
If you love classic radio shows, The Shadow, Jack Benny, The Lone Ranger, Dragnet, Gunsmoke, and many more, we have them for you on Hollywood 360.
We'll also present trivia contests with prizes, showbiz news, celebrity interviews, games, and movie reviews.
So don't miss Hollywood 360 every Saturday night beginning at 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
Switch your attitude.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. I need a 120 life now. Valon.
I'm good.
Reveletta, you were trying to make a point before the break. What was it?
You know, for those who've never governed, it's always easy to point fingers. If I sat around in Springfield for an entire 2 years as we worked to shut down the state government and fight Blagojevich, who, as a matter of fact, appears on AM 560 for some reason. I don't know why he does that. But we had to shut him down. because he wanted to spend, and we had a lot more House Republicans who, at that time, we were told we were feckless. We weren't doing enough. We actually shut the government down, and we met every day.
And you had the numbers too to make it happen.
We did have the numbers, but and then we ended up, averting. I forget, it was one of those taxes that they were trying to do. But at the end of the day, you still have to govern. And when you get the majority in something, one is to hold the majority, and the second is to govern and make change. If you want to shut the government down, that's fine. If you don't want to pay your bills, that's fine. If you want to pretend it doesn't impact the global market, that's okay too, but it does. And it's not like we go to Chinese banks to get the money. We issue T-notes and bills and things like that. And at some point, the full faith and credit of the United States of America, we have a credit rating. If I'm not mistaken, it went down last year. And because of, again, more brinksmanship or to play games, but McCarthy did the right thing. He hurried up. He passed a bill. He let it sit out there. The Democrats did not come around to do anything until the last second, and he didn't blink, and they were forced to cut spending. You can't turn around $24 trillion worth of debt and obligations that Trump helped a lot to obtain. But he's perfect, John. I have to hear about it from a lot of my friends who Trump is perfect. He never raised a debt ceiling. He's an extreme conservative who would never do that.
He did it 3 times.
Oh, but that's right. He did it 3 times.
Yep.
Where was all the people attacking Trump at that particular time saying, we can't raise a debt ceiling under Trump? There's just no way we're going to do that.
Dennis, is this whole system of how we go about the whole debt limit, is it archaic? Do we need to, is there something that we need, is there a reform model that we can introduce?
That's a different thing for the United States. It's different than state government. The state government can either only borrow or it can tax. I mean, we can't print money we don't have a currency, so they can either print money and they can go issue bonds and we can issue bonds at the state level, but you're only really issuing them mostly for capital projects. Yeah. So the whole idea is, and we can pretend that we can have a balanced budget amendment like the one Illinois has. Remember how low it's balanced, John?
Oh yeah,
it's not.
Well, you mean how they would have to come back and pass a supplemental to make it
right?
Yeah.
And then they'd always have revenue information from the different agencies and saying this is how much we're going to spend this year. And you and I were talking about it last week. Yeah. I remember passing $32 billion budgets.
$32 billion budgets. So, $50 billion.
$32 billion budgets. Yeah. But for all those who've never governed, who've never had to go listen to a constituent, who've sat and listened to not-for-profit providers turn away people and tell them how they had to go borrow money and almost bankrupt their dental practice or their medical practice because the state's not paying you, well, then everybody should feel the pain. And that includes the marketplace. Let the market go upside down. Let chaos follow. Look, I don't like raising debt. I don't like the fact that Trump did it or Clinton did it or anybody did it, but I remember in 2013 the government got shut down. It got blamed on the Republicans. Yep. You start to lose seats. You have to claw back. You have to make change over time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's so simple to just go to talk about, just shut the government down. No more. We're not going to pay anybody. But guess what? We have to pay the servicemen and women. You're going to end up furloughing people. It's stupid because they get paid with back pay and all this other stuff. So it all becomes a stupid political game.
Hey, but Dennis, I mean, but the thing, to be fair to Sean definitely understands the markets. He understands economics. That's the one. If you listen to his show, that's the one thing I believe that he really, really gets the economics of government. Now, to your point, governing and being in it and understanding it is two totally different worlds. It is.
That is correct, and so you come from different perspectives. I don't have to call anybody a name either one way or the other. I appreciate his expertise in the market and real estate and investments. But we all should know at the same point, if the market goes upside down, there's a default, it could be a pretend default. I don't know exactly what day that the government runs out of cash. Those are pretend days, and some of these threats are nonsensical. Yeah. But it does impact the markets. It does impact everyday people, and at some point, the government needs to live within its means. How you do that is elect more Republicans.
That's true.
How we get there is not by shutting the government down and collapsing everything thing, and then the Republicans get shown the door in another 12 months.
Hey, Dennis, I'm gonna take a phone call real quick.
Thank
Tom
you.
from Blue Island. You got about a minute. Go. Tom,
I
you
don't
there?
know who Dennis is, and I'm sure he's a legislator and he's a smart guy. These people have been rolling us for decades.
Yeah.
The answer to Sean's question was Reagan shut down the economy, I think, 7 or 8 times, and the country didn't get turned upside down. I agree with Verlon. The bills have to be paid, but Sean is right. These guys are scumbags. As long as we keep laying down with scumbags and making deals with the Chuck Schumers of the world, we're going to keep losing our country. What Biden said on the radio that
real quick
press conference the other day, it saves $1 trillion over 10 years.
Yeah.
$1 trillion over 10 years. That's
Tom,
the best
Tom, we
can
gotta
do,
go.
fellas.
Thank you so much for calling us,
Thanks, Tom.
And go get some merch, man. Susie, William, and Nick, hold the line. When we get back from break, we'll take your calls. We'll be right back.
Hi, we're Comparion Insurance Agency. Right now you're thinking, Comparion? Never heard of them. We know. We also know that you have no idea that Comparion Insurance agents are local and provide expert advice. So to help it stick, we're going to say local agent 4 times in the next 15 seconds. Ready? Go. Our local agents know you and your community. Our local agents offer insurance from top carriers. Our local agents have minty fresh breath.
Find us at ComparionInsurance.com. Comparion Insurance Agency. Local agents. Expert advice.
And there's number 4.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password, for you to become a victim. LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated US-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gevalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and White Radio on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the Troublemaker. Let's go to the phone lines. Nick from the Northwest Side. Welcome to Black and White.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to say to Verlon, I love your genuineness, your sincerity, your honesty. You know, you're not going to maybe have a show soon of your own, but when you come on like that, I just love hearing a guy talking honestly from his heart and from his soul. I was going to say about Sean Thompson, he's a great guy. I love him. He obviously is concerned about where things are going, and he's a great guy, but he gets sometimes like very abrupt with people. And when he called up, I was concerned that on this side of it, and I know it's not him, it's not the way he is, but it sounded like he's jumping on more on some black people who are talking some stuff that he doesn't like. He mentioned once, maybe twice, about you Republicans, but you should have made it clear that you're representing, in his opinion, a Republican viewpoint that is not correct and all that. And like I said, he's not a bad guy, I don't think, but he, you know, at all.
No, Sean is not a bad guy. Sean is not a bad guy at all.
But he just got out. He gets excited about stuff. That's all I can say. And thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. He's very passionate about it. That's what Sean is. Let's go to William from Highland Park. You want to talk about the Highland Park School Board president?
Yes, I do. Hi.
How you doing? What's going on?
So we need folks' help. We're going to have another school board meeting in a couple of weeks, but
Here's the deal. We're trying to get the school board to listen to us to beef up security and put some precautions in the form of armed officers and scanners because of the lock.
William, is he there? William, call back. We lost you. Let's go to Steve Baylor. Steve, what's up, baby?
How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. I haven't seen you in a while. We gotta change that. What's going on?
Yes, we do. It's been too long.
It has.
But anyway, I'm sitting here listening, and I'm thinking to myself, where's the discussion on the spending on foreign aid? How much money is that per person in the United States?
That's a good question. Especially with a lot of these people, joining with China and the BRICS and all of that. I mean, that's a very good question.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to cut the budget, I get it. I want to cut it too. Let's start with foreign aid.
Yeah, that's one place to start.
What's that, John?
I said that's one place to start. You're definitely right about that.
Yeah, I just look at the kids, young people working. They're having a hard time right now.
Yeah,
and you got to make a lot of money to survive now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Steve, the problem is we don't have the leadership in Congress or in our state houses to even make those type of changes. I look at Brandon Johnson. He has a prime opportunity to shift and change the city of Chicago, but he won't do it. It will not happen. He will not do it. I don't think he's beholden to too many people. And that's the problem with our elected officials. These people go in there broke, come out multimillionaires. I mean, that also needs to change and shift. What do you think?
I agree 100%. We need you to start running for something.
Oh, no, brother. I've had my time. The only way I get back involved in politics, I want to be independently wealthy. That's the only way, because I don't want to be beholden to enemy. I'll put my money into running if I run a race. I'm not going to be beholden to anybody. And I won't take a single cent from any lobbyist. I will just run my entire campaign. That's the only way I get back in. So you got to make that happen. Help me make that happen.
I'd love to see you get rich.
Well, it's a start.
My campaign on small donations.
That's it. But I want to be able to control the narrative. You got money, you control the narrative. That's why they couldn't come after Trump as hard. You control the narrative in your campaigns, and a lot of people can't articulate that. Steve, thanks so much for calling. Hey, go get some merch, man. blackandwhiteradio.com. Deal?
God bless you.
All right. Hour 3 coming up next. Susie William, I'm sorry, but I got to go to a break. I will take you after the break.
Hi, we're Comparion Insurance Agency. Right now you're thinking, Comparion, never heard of them. We know. We also know that you have no idea that Comparion Insurance agents are local and provide expert advice. So to help it stick, we're going to say local agent 4 times in the next 15 seconds. Ready? Go. Our local agents know you and your community. Our local agents offer insurance from top carriers. Our local agents have minty fresh breath.
Find us at ComparionInsurance.com. Comparion Insurance Agency. Local agents, expert advice.
And there's number 4.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out. Like your social security number or password.
For you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
One less issue on his desk. I'm Joe Giro, Fox News. A bill intended to avoid defaulting on the nation's debt has been signed into law by President Biden. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reports from the White House.
It was done with very little fanfare, though. Press was not allowed in the Oval Office. No sign of the Marine Corps band, the president's own, no fanfare whatsoever. Now, many Republicans want to see the Biden administration spend more on defense, particularly with things in China running so hot right now. Many Republican lawmakers say this defense budget is actually a cut when you factor in inflation and think much more spending is needed.
President Biden said on Friday no one got everything they wanted, but the American people got what they needed. 8 GOP presidential hopefuls in Des Moines attending the Roast and Ride, an annual Politico event hosted by Iowa Republican Senator Joni Ernst, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley among them.
The idea that we have biological boys playing in girls' sports is the biggest women's issue of our time, and we should be fighting that every day.
DNC spokesperson Ryan Lake released a statement calling the event a race to the bottom. 5 suspected members of the Northeast Cartel were arrested at the southern U.S. border with guns and kids in their possession. Fox's Claudia Cowan reports.
This cartel is known to be especially vicious, and suspected members were spotted crossing the border last week more than once. Border officials say the Northeast Cartel routinely kidnaps teenagers and even kids, threatening to kill them unless they help with their drug and human smuggling operations. Texas border officials say that with the spike in illegal immigration, it is an all-out turf war over highly profitable smuggling routes.
Texas officials say they may file gun charges against the suspected cartel members if the federal government does not. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
A moonlit sky overnight with a low 62. Hazy sunshine tomorrow, the start of a more comfortable stretch of weather for you, my friend. The high 81. When you get back at it Monday, sun and clouds, high 85. Partly sunny Tuesday, cooler but pleasant, the high 71. Clouds to start Wednesday, sunshine, high 73. I'm Ruth O'Brien on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
When you take the time to really get to know your body, you find that the root causes of its aches and pains are usually simple. The older we get, the more exercise we undertake, and the more injuries we sustain, the more inflammation our bodies suffer from. It's so simple. And my answer to that pain is Relief Factor, which I discovered years ago and take every single day to great effect. It helps the body to fight off inflammation, and I've never found anything that worked better in my life. I can't recommend it enough. 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it works for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick start for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference. ReliefFactor.com.
Retirement planning can be complicated. From asset and legacy protection to retirement income and extended care, you need a plan. Tune in to Retirement and Income Radio, hosted by well-known Chicagoland financial educator Mark Kohler. Mark helps listeners in or near retirement protect their savings from market volatility while creating lifetime guaranteed income. Listen to Retirement and Income Radio Sunday afternoons at 3:30 on AM 560 The Answer, or call Mark now at 844-619-SAFE.
Hi, it's Amy, and MyPillow's excited to bring you their biggest bedding sale ever. Our friend Mike Lindell created the Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Hey, Mike found the world's best cotton called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Mike's Giza sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. And get this, Mike's latest incredible deal is the sale of the year. For a limited time, you will receive 50% off the Giza Dream Sheets. You will receive a set for as low as $29.98 with promo code Amy. Go to MyPillow.com and use promo code Amy. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including my favorite, the MyPillow 2.0, the mattress topper, MyPillow towel set, and so much more. Call 1-800-489-0201. Use promo code Amy. Or go to MyPillow.com and make sure you use promo code Amy.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot.
Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm John Anthony, host of the show. Troublemaker Valon.
How's it going?
You good?
I'm good. I mean, some of these people act like they do something for you. Ain't nobody ever did nothing for me. I ain't never asked nobody for a dime. I worked since I was 16 years old. Okay. I've never asked him, you, or anybody else for anything. People just like Stephanie Trussell, like I always say, she was first. She brought me onto her show 3 times. Next thing you know, Charles Love reached out to me and said, hey, man, why don't you, fill in for me? Mm-hmm. Then it was you.
Right.
You all saw something and then said, come on. I never. Your
mic's not on.
Is it on
that voice is Stephanie Trussell, who's joined us. Wait, before you say that.
All right.
I just stuffed my face with a boss dog.
Nagito.
Nagito?
Named after our spicy dog.
Oh,
yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, very good.
I had to wolf it down, though.
Oh, but yeah, we're going to have to get one on the
Remind me of my police days.
Oh, my gosh.
I had to wolf everything down.
But I got to say, Verlon, I confess, the reason I had you on the show, you were such a brilliant caller, and I knew if I brought you in, I didn't have to do any show prep. So I got to take the day off because you were always great. You come in ready, and you were just so informed, and you just wanted, like the tale of American dream. You started off a caller and just work your way up, and you earned it. Like you said, you just hustled, and it was always a pleasure. I couldn't wait to hear you. Verlon's calling in. Okay, everybody, shut up. So thank you so much for having me. And I bribed my way into studio by bringing the hot dog.
You can always bribe your way in that way.
So my husband was so concerned about him not making the 20-minute trip that he separated the ingredients from the buns. So you pick it up and put it onto the buns, so the buns won't get soggy. So, and I haven't eaten dinner. I'm going to grab one when on the next break. But thank you guys so much. This is so great. Entertaining nonstop. This is like a hockey game.
Yeah,
this never stops.
I'm stuck in the middle. Like both my friends. I love Sean Thompson dearly. Sean Thompson is one of my biggest cheerleaders. And Valon, you know this. Sean Thompson is. I listen to his show almost every single day. He provides a lot. I copy some of the stuff that he says.
It's so funny during the campaign. We would get in the car. And my team, and we would set a timer. It's like, okay, how long before Sean calls somebody a political whore, or
right.
A short in the pants.
I'm sorry he didn't have
guy.
shirts like that.
It was kind of a joke, like, okay, run the timer because he's going to call somebody. And I said, nobody talks, says it like you, Sean. Very entertaining. Another guy that started as a caller, really, and I love him too. But so that's a tough one.
That's not how you intellectually engage with people. And one thing I do have to give to the left. Number one, I've never been a Democrat. So that's like trying to take a swipe at me. You can check my voting record. I've never been a Democrat. But one thing I do have to give to them, it was always intellectual when we talked. They did get mad at me because I called in with a head full of steam.
Yeah.
But we did intellectually engage.
All right, now I'm shifting. We're done.
Yeah, we got it. The
I'm shifting
infighting
the show
in the
now.
party. We're gonna
talk more about that.
You're gonna have to host a beer summit, like
let's do
for
it.
the two of them.
I got a place to do it too.
Okay, good.
I have a place to do it.
Awesome.
He knows
Make it work.
The Asian Persuasion has a place that we can. Aaron Del Mar.
Oh yeah,
that's what he calls himself, the Asian Persuasion.
He invited me to speak at his Palatine Republican Township meeting this morning. I addressed the crowd for 45 minutes, and it was great crowd, very exciting. Anything for he asked me, I said anything for you, Aaron. He's a great guy.
I love Aaron. Mm-hmm. That's my brother. Because that's some stuff we gonna talk about. I need to clear the line. Dennis Reveletti's still holding.
Oh, okay. He's hanging on there. Okay.
Yeah, he's hiding up in Wisconsin this week. But,
must be nice. Beyond the cheddar.
Whatever. Let's go to Susie. She's been holding for quite some time. Susie, thanks so much for holding.
Hi, John. Thanks for having me on. I'm one of the Highland Park domestic terrorists, otherwise known as Parents SOS, Parents Secure Our Schools. And we actually have an email address if anyone wants to contact us.
Yeah, go ahead.
parentssos@yahoo.com.
Can you say that again? Absolutely.
parentssos@yahoo.com.
Okay.
And it's for Parents Secure Our Schools. And, I just want to read this quote from our school board president, Dan Struck. He says, and this is so fun, it is deplorable to suggest that any of us on this board are callous toward the safety of any of the children in our schools. And I just have to laugh because, I've been called deplorable before.
Yeah.
And that turned out pretty good. So Dan also said that he's personally offended by the suggestion that they're not doing anything. And, I want to say Highland Park had a rather public tragedy on July 4th.
That's true.
And then 9 months to the day, this loser kid brings a loaded gun into school. And, I feel like they had 9 months to get ready for something like this. And since April 4th, they've done nothing except pontificate. I estimated I got a bid from the company that did their little survey, and I believe they spent $30,000 taxpayer dollars on that survey based on the estimate I was able to get. We have FOIA'd it, but we don't have it. Yeah, $30,000. So then I did a concurrent estimate for a company in Minooka, Illinois called Metal Defender for 8 of their metal detectors, which would be enough to secure both schools. And their quote came in at $28,000.
Wow.
So for less than the cost, and I have it all in writing. In fact, I presented it to
No, I'm
the
saying
board
wow
and,
because I do that for a living, and I could have had that contract. That's what I'm saying. Wow.
Right? Well, hey, let's talk. Let's talk after the show. Mark, our friend Mark Weimiller has all my contact
Yes,
info.
please.
But, 100% John, it's disgusting that they could have actually, instead of pontificating and doing surveys and extending this for months and now calling us deplorable and being offended, they could have spent less money to actually have the metal detectors in place. And we fully realize that you have to staff them.
Right.
I'm in touch with a group in Joliet called SAFE, which stands for Schools Are for Education.
Oh, yeah, I know that group.
Yeah, wonderful. A gentleman named Tony. We're going to chat in the next couple days, and we're going to ask him to speak at the next board meeting.
Oh, nice.
So what they do is, I think they have retired police officers, and for about $25 an hour, you can hire these wonderful people to help you staff metal detectors, to help you secure our schools. But it's interesting. I'm not paid a dime for this. Of course, I just have a child that I love dearly who was on the floor for 2 hours.
Jeez.
And I myself and our Parents SOS team, we've done more research than the board has even thought about.
And Susie Valon is really, Valon, this is one of your
I was going to
goals is to have this in schools in the suburbs, right?
People need to get over the optics. I've been saying this forever.
Yeah.
Black people in the urban area has had this since the late 80s, and not one
100%.
kid killed in schools.
I never thought about it like that. And we secure everything else that we value. Why don't we secure the kids? But I wonder how much they spend on DIE officers and those kind of people. Those people get paid. Take that money and go ahead and put it toward securing those schools.
No, that's
For
wokeness.
Stephanie, I can answer your question. And hi, by the way.
Hi.
I still want to be you when I grow up, Stephanie. But anyway, we adore you. And, we have a DEI, or I like to say DIE also.
That's me.
Right.
Person.
Yeah, they kill everything.
District 113, and her salary, and we did Google, it's on the District 113 website, I believe is about $140,000.
Wow.
So when you ask how much they spend on DEI, we can actually answer that. And that's public information on the District 113 website. I'd also like to
It's
mention
6 figures, right? It's up 6 figures, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about $140,000 now.
Not to
annually.
mention
And that's
insurance.
annually.
I'd rather have
benefit.
policing in there paying for that than paying for DIE.
Exactly.
Common sense.
Instead of DIE, they could have ditched the survey, put in metal detectors, worked with a SAFE organization, and at $25 an hour, that's a lot of hours before that adds up to $140,000. And if you want to be really, really sick to your stomach, our district has a budget surplus of $6 million.
Wow.
A surplus? What's that?
Can we give it back? Can we rebate that back to the taxpayer?
To the taxpayers. I wonder how much the property taxes are up there. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, our property taxes, although I will say we moved from Crook County to Lake County about 3 years ago, and the taxes here are more stable. The rate is a bit higher, but the actual tax, because we don't have Fritz Kagi running Lake County, the actual tax itself is much more manageable. We live more cheaply up here in Highland Park than we lived in the city.
Hey, Susie, we got to go to break, but thanks so much for calling. But I'll tell you this. Dennis Reveletti will tell you, the left always talk about fair share. Cook County does not pay their fair share of taxes, especially property taxes.
Right, for sure.
Well, I don't know.
Especially the city of Chicago. Because a home rule, that gets them out of a lot of things. So thanks so much for enlightening our crowd. And, hey, Black and White, head over to blackandwhiteradio.com. Head over to blackandwhiteradio.com. Get some merch. Thank you so much, Susie.
Thanks.
Reveletti, when we come back for break, I'll let you get a word in.
Uh-oh.
If he, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder what he's doing right now as we're talking. William David, I promise you, when we get back from the break, we'll take your calls. We'll be right back.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
A 23-year-old Snapchat influencer unveiled a AI doppelganger that engages in erotic pillow talk for $1 a minute.
God, he's a honey making money. Well, let's pony up $1 each. See what we get.
Like the old sex talk lines, not that I know, but they were actual human beings. Now they were probably, 400-pound 50-year-olds that just had like a Betty Boop voice.
But she really loved you.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
It's a good thing. You have more energy, you're losing weight, you're eating less, but what you're eating the right things instead of garbage, chips, fast food, that kind of, French fries, pizza. Now, pretty strict about how I'm going to be using Balance of Nature in concert with how I eat, and it's making a difference. It really is, guys. Your product really does deliver with what you guys promise, and I like that.
Start your journey to better health with Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order. That's 1-800-246-8751. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Gatto Industrial Platers, Inc. is the specialist in zinc and zinc nickel plating. Gatto is big, they're good, and they're easy to work with. Their high production rack plating line has up to a 27-foot capacity to handle any zinc plating requirement. Gatto's 210,000 square foot facility can process 300 tons per day and offers complete custom packaging with available pickup and delivery in the Chicago metro area by Gatto's own fleet of trucks. All of Gatto's products are inspected and certified to ensure that each customer is receiving the best and most cost-effective plating protection. Gatto is home to King Kong, the largest zinc plating line in North America that can zinc plate parts up to 27 feet long and weighing up to 8,000 pounds. For a quote and fast 24 to 48-hour service, call George Gatto Jr. or George Gatto Sr. at 1-800-290-1223. That's 1-800-290-1223. 1-800-290-1223.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. We can cut this music. This song literally gets me kicked off.
Oh, really?
YouTube. It's because it's like 200 some. I mean, what did it say? 60 some countries that this song cannot be heard in. Human.
Oh, maybe I'm human.
It's the message of the song.
I thought that the left liked human.
Russia doesn't like it.
Oh.
Remember, they control propaganda.
I can't keep up. Is there like a website I can go to know what you can and cannot say? So you're like, cut that music. You don't need to be kicked off. How often do you get kicked off? Too often.
Well, remember, I lost my YouTube channel.
Oh, right. So
they took it. They completely deleted it. I had to create a new one.
What kind of tomfoolery were you up to get kicked off?
It's this knucklehead over here.
No. That was your boy.
You named him the troublemaker. Yeah. What do you expect?
No. That was his boy, the Reverend. They told him he had one more strike. Yeah. Then the Reverend went on a total.
You were there with him, right?
I was with him, but he wouldn't let me talk. Remember?
Oh yeah.
He did a whole.
What could a Reverend say to get
the bishop?
The bishop. Man, he went there.
They were talking about the election, COVID, and all that. Remember, at the time you couldn't use those terms.
Oh, geez.
He went there.
So you've been off for a while then.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah,
but Rumble is a great place to be.
If it would
still on Rumble.
If it would have been fair and balanced, I was going to give the opposite opinion. He wouldn't have got kicked off.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
But he was back there. I was over here.
All right.
What are you going to do?
Revelletti, you wanted to weigh in?
Well, I'd like actually to weigh in about the Bears. Have you guys talked about the Bears?
Oh,
at
yeah.
all?
In the Naperville. That's right next door to me. I'm like, okay, cool.
So here's what we've watched now. We talk about super majorities. The Bears say, you know what, this isn't working for us. We're going to move. Now you have a bunch of budget hawks from city legislators and Mayor Lightfoot misplated. They come out to buy a property in Arlington Heights, and they automatically get penalized by the assessor out there because he's going to pretend that the value of the property is how much they paid for it, which he knows he can't do that.
Right.
And so then they have to go negotiate with a bunch of other people that are claiming that they're going to lose out, which if they never would have moved, if the Bears don't move there, then overall they're going to gain. But they have to play all these games. You have pretend legislation moving back and forth. I don't blame the Bears for looking at Naperville. I hope they look in Joliet. I hope they look at Aurora. I hope they look at Rockford. They should be looking where people actually would welcome them and would welcome the development. You go to the communities that they always talk about are disinvested in, and let them have the opportunity with fair market value and actually professionals doing the job instead of people trying to figure out how to punish them for leaving Chicago, which they don't have to stay,
right,
and for punishing them for relocating to Arlington Heights, which is where they don't want the Bears to go. So that's how the game is played here, and I think that should be educational to all the listeners as to how the state of Illinois really operates and how if they can't get you from the state level and tell you we're not going to help you with bond issuances, we're going to get you on county taxes, we're going to get you on zoning, we'll get you somewhere, you're going to pay.
Don't forget about the fees, which are taxes.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to talk about that.
There's a great opportunity for the suburbs and new jobs. Nobody can get to a Soldier Field, and here's a new opportunity to grow things out and build new things, and they don't want that. And so if they can't get a cut, they don't want any part of it.
That's true. All right, let's go back to the phone line. William, you calling back. William, I got about a minute. Go.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
No problem.
Yeah, so I just want to say, Dan Struck, President School Board, his feelings were hurt.
Uh-huh.
And we need to comfort him. But you know what, Dan? My feelings were hurt too. Okay, not by words, but by action and inaction by the board of District 113, okay? Because I was there on April 4th, lockdown, on the phone with my daughter, St. John's and Vine, in my car. You should have seen the expressions on the people's faces in their cars outside, crying, worried, and all the cops that were there. Everyone's mind was focused on this is another massacre. Oh, my God.
Wow.
That's what everyone was thinking, okay?
Hey,
I
William.
don't even want to talk about that.
William.
Yeah.
Did they pass a city ordinance or something about guns there in Highland Park? And is that part of is
there's
that part
a
of litigation?
ban on assault weapons, and God forbid if you use your own gun to defend your family on your own property, they'll come rescue you and let the criminal go. But
Yeah, with all these gun laws, they haven't figured out a way to get the bad guys to follow them.
No, they never
That's
will.
the problem, you know.
They never will.
Yeah. Well, here's a kid with a loaded handgun terrorizing the high school. Now, we as parents knew nothing. We were only getting texts from our kids, and that's how we knew.
Wow.
But everyone was wondering, what's going to happen when we open those doors?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going to happen? Are we going to see blood splattered all over the hallways and classrooms?
That's horrible.
You know what? You know what,
everyone was
William, we got to go, but you know we have to protect the soft targets. The criminal knows the soft targets, and if we're not doing what we need to do to protect these kids, DEI is not going to protect these kids.
No,
but
CRT either.
Right,
None of those
a good guy with a gun will.
Every time.
Every single time that he's tried.
Unbelievable.
Let's go. Oh, we lost a few callers. Don from Naperville.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to make the point that the conversation that Sean and Verlon was happening is very similar to the school board situation, right? It's kind of crazy because these people, these parents are paying for the taxes that support this tax, or the board. They're supporting the education. It's from their taxpayer dollars, yet they don't really have much control, right? The board has the control. The administrators have the control. So I know that Sean is a huge proponent of private education.
Yeah.
And thank God we have that choice, right, to use private school. But when the tax bill comes, your private or your property tax bill comes, can you say to the government, sorry, I'm not going to pay my property tax bill? because I'm choosing private education?
Right.
No.
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 I mean, and then the other thing is, two things in life aren't so black and white. Because if you've got a kid with special needs, that complicates it. Because a lot of times the private schools don't want to take kids with
They don't have the resources.
Right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's not everything is so black and black and white.
And not everybody can afford private school. Can we just say that out loud?
But you know what? You know, my pastor just got back from Florida. You know, we're building the Grace
Yeah,
Association
yeah.
schools.
Mhm.
Florida has where the money follows the kid.
Well, a
so
lot of places
we're getting ready
do.
to build up to $8,500 follows the kid
Oh, my
throughout the
gosh.
state of Florida.
Wow.
So we're getting ready to build.
Don't give people more reason to move
I know,
to Florida, John.
but
We're
I'm
gonna
saying
empty out the whole state.
we're getting ready to build a school in
Wow.
because of that.
Amazing.
It's true that the Republicans are. There's a saying in special education advocacy: you got to know what hills you're going to die on.
That's right.
And I'm sorry, but if they didn't do, McCarthy didn't do what he did, we're going to get blamed.
Right.
So we have to look at the big picture.
And that's what
really
I was gonna say.
Thank you, Don. Thank you.
And Don, and thank you so much for calling us, Don. And
That's
Valon,
called-
and Valon, that's what I was saying. Remember when I said I'm gonna hold back what I have to say?
Yeah.
The thing about it, when we don't, they hold these things across the Republicans' necks because then we become what they say we are.
We've got a gun to our head, and right now it's up to you. And no matter what, we get splashed back with the mud.
But that's
It was our
called,
fault.
what Don just did was a nuanced conversation.
Mhm.
Like she said, it's not always black and white, but some people are black and white. There's no in between, and they don't understand, and they never will.
Yeah, and guess what though? We need people who think like that. We need those black and white things. We do. We need. Listen, when you at war, when you out there,
Oh, yeah.
when we're at war.
You got
This is
be
a
able
war
just
right
to
now.
execute. Yeah, we
This is
have
a
to.
war.
This is a battlefield right
Yeah.
now. We think about here. We are talking about should we protect kids in schools? We've got men going into the ladies' locker rooms and girls' locker rooms. Remember that we used to protect women and children.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I mean, we
Where
have
are the feminists?
Oh, I think they retired. I think they achieved everything they wanted and they went away. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it's so funny now that you go on the National Organization of Women's website. I guess they're not advocating for these girls who are losing scholarships to biological males in races and in competitions. They have nothing to say.
I'm not ready to eat out of a garbage can.
You
Not-
won't do
not
it
yet, no.
But you know what we need to do is meet those Democrats because some Democrats on that side that think this is crazy too.
Dennis was telling. Dennis
Yeah.
was Dennis was telling us he was down there, and some Democrat legislators from the city was like, "Man, we not."
But you still have those hardcore people that wouldn't even stand in the same room as a Democrat.
Right.
So what do you mean we need them? No, we don't. We need
have
to
to meet
grow.
them where we agree.
Nope.
Nope.
See, Valon,
we meet them in the middle.
listen, I've
And just-
look, when you're going to war, you need listen. You
need
need
bodies on the
people.
field.
You
Yeah.
need coalition. I've been watching a lot of these old like Viking type movies.
Oh, okay.
Dude, they understood who was in their camp.
Right.
They understood the giftings, the talents, the abilities that each one of them had, and they launched them at different strategic points.
I'm not saying we compromise our platform to
Right.
go work with Republicans, but Democrats. But there are certain things that they now agree with us on. They agree on still in that border now.
Right.
And some of them are saying, "Wait a minute, I don't want a man in the bathroom with my little girl." They're saying, and we need to meet them and say,
But
"Come on
where's
over."
the coalition in our party? I don't.
Oh,
see
we
it.
don't have the
Well,
leadership
thank you.
to do that.
That's what
Well,
I'm talking about.
And that's what I want to get into.
Yeah, we'll talk
after the
about
break.
leadership and the state of the great state of the Republican Party and
Right.
the great state of Illinois.
But I still got to give Steve Bolton a shout out because he was out there this past weekend with Tyrone Muhammad and them.
But who came
he
here
was
first? Vivek Ramaswamy came
Yeah,
here
that's
first.
true. That's
Hello,
true.
he beat the Illinois GOP to the punch.
Your
Sorry.
girl don't like him.
I'm still Team Trump.
Your girl don't like him.
I'm still Team Trump.
we should
Josephine,
talk about that.
Josephine, I'll take your
Trump,
call when we get back.
I love
what we know already about the current vice president. I mean, would you feel comfortable her being a heartbeat away?
The idea that we would limit the right to the access to birth control is something I would strongly.
You have gender-affirming programs that allow a child to pretend to be a sex that they are not against the parents' wishes.
We are uniquely generous. American immigration policy.
Well, it's very generous when it's applied illegally.
Join the Beyond the Beltway conversation Sunday night from 10 to midnight right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Joe Chiro. The White House hailing Friday's jobs report, showing the economy added 339,000 jobs in May. Massachusetts Democratic Congressman Jake Auchincloss.
Continuing one of the strongest economic recoveries in history. This president took office. We were facing a depression. We were in the middle of a pandemic.
The current unemployment rate is at 3.7%. Another law enforcement officer has been killed.
A West Virginia state trooper has been shot and killed in the line of duty. Sergeant Corey Maynard responded to a complaint of a shooting and was met with gunfire upon arrival, police said in a statement. It happened Friday in Mingo County, located in the southern part of the state. His alleged killer is now in custody. 29-year-old Timothy Kennedy was arrested around 11 p.m. Sergeant Maynard was a decorated member of the department.
Fox's Kieran McHugh. America is listening to Fox News.
Do you suffer from peripheral neuropathy in your hands or feet, causing tingling, pain, balance issues, and drugs haven't helped? There's now a treatment that's already helped thousands improve their neuropathy naturally.
I've been under the care of Dr. Fisher for a little bit, 3 months now, and I have noticed a marked improvement in my neuropathy. My sleep has been a marked improvement since like the second week. Because my pain in my foot was just throbbing, it would not give me a break, and it would take me too long to get to sleep. Please give Dr. Fisher a try, because he's the real deal.
Gold Coast Chiropractic has a cutting-edge solution with a 95% success rate. They address the underlying cause of neuropathy without taking endless drugs with serious side effects. Call today for a complimentary nerve screening in the Gold Coast or Wheaton to see if this treatment can get you your life back. Call 773-524-4164. 773-524-4164. When your home or business has an insurance claim, the next step is very important. The claim process with insurance can be tedious, hard to understand, and difficult to navigate. You need someone working for you. You need a licensed claim adjuster. Why? The insurance company will send out their inspectors that work for them, get paid by them, and represent them, not you.
This is Dan Lights from Crosscom. We inspect your property, file your claim, negotiate the damages, and maximize your settlement with your insurance company. If we complete the repairs approved by your insurance company, our service is free. Crosscom Public Adjusters has turned denied claims into approved claims. We've also increased insurance claims anywhere from 23 to 1,000%. We are licensed by the Department of Insurance and work in Illinois, Northwest Indiana, and Southern Wisconsin. Crosscom Public Adjusters, 630-871-5500. Online at CrosscomInc.com. That's CrosscomInc.com. Crosscom, building trust for over 20 years.
Have you been struggling to find an easy, safe, and secure document scanning solution for Salesforce.com, Microsoft 365, SharePoint, or OnBase by Highland? Your struggle is now over, and it's time to get your documents and operations into the 21st century. With IoT Smart Connected Scanning, it's easy to turn physical paper into digital documents and have them directly uploaded to the cloud with IoT Smart Connected Scanning from IDT. And you don't need a degree in computing or IT to make it happen. Using QR code technology uniquely configured for your specific business, anyone can set the IoT Smart Connected Scanning device up in 5 minutes or less, saving your organization money and valuable time. Remote employees can even capture documents and send them safely and seamlessly. Organize documents efficiently and securely with IoT Smart Connected Scanning from IDT. To see a demo or to order now, go to ready4idt.com. That's ready4idt.com. Use promo code SMART and receive 10% off your order. IDT, putting paper in its place.
When you're serious about your concealed carry training and education and are ready to learn from an active police officer with a teaching degree, check out Illinois Concealed Carry Training in Midlothian. You'll learn safe, responsible firearm use, home defense planning, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, and how to remain physically, morally, and financially safe in the event you must use your firearm in self-defense or the defense of another. Weekday and weekend classes available.
I'm Sergeant Gary Carr, police firearms trainer and the owner of Illinois Concealed Carry Training. We'll arm you with what really counts, knowledge and training. All concealed carry curriculums are not created equal. This may be the single most important decision you'll ever make for yourself and your loved ones. Choose between 3 and 16-hour classes that are available both weekdays and weekends. We are your one-stop for concealed carry classes, fingerprints, and legal defense plans.
Register for a class today and get 10% off class fees with promo code AM560. Visit IllinoisConcealedCarry.com. That's IllinoisConcealedCarry.com.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560. I got some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Y'all want to hear the breaking news?
Uh-oh.
Dennis Revelletti has finally went to the store and bought something.
Oh, okay.
How long I've been trying to get him to buy something, Milan?
A long time since you opened the
Oh,
store.
you went to the store.
No,
your
my
Black
merchandise
and White
store,
store.
yeah.
I thought you just meant any store.
No,
I'm
he
like,
finally
what, does he get
did.
stuff
Oh,
delivered?
God. He had to go to Wisconsin to go do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Is
whatever.
it cheaper taxes up there? No. Teasing.
Let's go to the phone lines. Josephine, Chicago.
Yes. Hi, John. Hi,
Hey.
Stephanie. I cannot listen to you anymore because I don't know how to use the podcast. Yesterday, there was a mother at Timberley at 9:50. This is they got something like a book by Maria. I don't know the last name. Detox Transgender, and she had a mother how they mess up her child when she was 12. That the teacher told her that she was in the wrong body. And because she was complaining she doesn't like her body. And there's something about school policy, but there's a book out like that, plus the movie.
Yeah. What's the name
Plus
of the movie?
movie? Some kind of movie, documentary about the detox, the transgender. And this young girl, it's a Kimberly Trending. It's called Trending on 950. You guys have to listen because I'm an immigrant. It's hard for me to explain everything because when I get nervous. Yeah, well, I came here when I was almost 14, so that's what we do. We came here with a suitcase, so whatever we got, we work for it.
Right. You didn't want anything, just a chance to live the American dream and work for it. Exactly, and that's that's what makes
exactly.
America great.
And I just pay 17,000 property tax because we got more than one. But the thing is, you know what beats me the most? More when the kids coming out of the high school, I ask them who's paying for the teacher's holiday for the school property, like maintaining. They said they don't know, the government. I said, yeah, government's got the money. It makes me so mad.
Yeah, what are they teaching those kids in those buildings? That's
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, they don't even know
Well,
civics.
they don't want us to know. But I don't know when they have meetings. But the thing is, but try to listen to Kimberly because she had them all. The 3 teachers call in. It's something about policy that they got such a problem that the parents don't know about it. How they want to push them. She even transferred to a Catholic school or Christian, and there was the same problem.
Yeah, but it's not in Grace Association.
Oh, and something on the iPad. iPad, some kind of cartoon is almost like a pornographic.
Yeah,
they give them
all those
iPad.
books, yeah.
They said they got that thing on it, like the blocking. That's not true.
Yeah.
She said, check your kids' iPads, and because everything's on it, they know how to go on it. And I don't know how to do that, but they do.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
Thank
calling
you.
in,
Yeah, it's
Josephine.
really scary. what
You
they're
know,
doing.
it'll get to a point where we won't know anything that's happening to our kids in
Oh,
school.
they want to remove the P out of PTA.
Yeah,
they don't want you
fair.
to show up because they know better what's good for your kiddos. Whenever they say
Right.
kiddos, I get nervous because they
Right.
think they're yours.
Right.
They're theirs. No, they're mine.
Yeah.
And I'm giving it to them for 6 hours, but instead of them teaching them basics, now they're indoctrinating them, and they can't read now.
Verlon and I were talking about this maybe a couple of weeks ago. You look across the world,
Mhm.
they're teaching these kids reading, writing, arithmetic.
The basics. Not
We teaching
trying
them.
to how to be an activist.
Yeah.
And, how to feel. And 1 and 1 is not 2. Is what do you
Right.
feel it is? And
Mhm.
we don't want to offend you. And everybody gets a trophy. Graduation I went to, I didn't know who the valedictorian was. It wasn't written in the
Really?
book. No,
What?
because they don't want to.
That's
Everybody gets a
cemented,
trophy.
though.
This person, they know
Oh.
from the first day of freshman year, you know who's got the GPA and who's going to do it. But they get to speak, but there's no title as to who this person is that's speaking.
Yeah, let's go back to the phone line. David from Lansing.
Hi, John, Verlon, and Stephanie.
How's it going?
Coming in medium like a striped bass or an ordinary catfish.
This
but
ain't
not
a-
a flathead catfish.
this ain't
He
a
said
me-
bass. He said bass.
This ain't a medium show today, man.
No, it's not.
Okay, yeah, I went to a hockey game and the Sean Thompson show broke out.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one.
Okay. Anyway, regarding the debt limit, I got a different solution.
Uh-huh.
The ceiling and all that. Mandatory drug testing before any senator, the entire Senate votes on a bill, or the entire House votes on the bill. That way we can weed out the dummies and let people, that actually are sober, because, guys, it's between very, very bad and extremely bad. That's what we're negotiating here.
Hey, let's also add another contingent on it. How about reading the bill?
You're crazy now. What do you expect?
Like,
Come on.
A lot of those, look, there are a lot of bills I didn't read because it was like
There's too
a
many.
word change, or
Right.
they
Yeah,
struck
yeah,
a word,
okay.
or
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I did do my best to try to read those substantive bills.
I don't know why
did.
the lawmakers think when they get elected, their first job is to create more bills.
Well,
it's like, stop creating laws. We have enough. Let's
Right.
just, enforce. Let's try to get rid of some. That's how you impress me. Get
I
rid
agree.
of some of the laws.
I agree. Thanks so much, David. He said, I went to a hockey game with a shot.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wait. What, Representative? What reason do you rise?
Well, my name was used in debate here recently. I was out walking the dog, and I heard my name, and then I'm like, I got to call in because I was so excited to buy a shirt for my wife, and I thought, I heard you guys were having a contest where I can actually come in and co-host.
Oh, gosh.
Host. So I wanted to buy a shirt, so I might have that opportunity to do so.
You know what? I'm so, thank you. I feel all warm and fuzzy now.
Okay.
And I don't like when you guys call diversity, inclusion, and equity. I think it's more like an IED because it's more meant to blow up the system, right?
IED.
Die or either way, it's definitely
so
I like that one.
And my other quick question is, Stephanie Tressel, are you running for anything anytime soon?
Hold that when we get back.
Okay, don't go away. I'll tell you on the other side.
You're listening to Black and White Radio. We'll be right back.
They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter. Gotta protect.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
Oh, I love it. I have so much more energy, but the real story is my mother, who is 83 and was just feeling really terrible, and I gave her a set of fruits and veggies to take to try it, and within 2 weeks, she's a different person. She loves it. She's so energetic. It's awesome.
Start your journey to better health with Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order. That's 1-800-246-8751. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
We can tell you about the incredible success we bring to local businesses, but it's better when it comes directly from our satisfied clients. Here's just one example.
After searching for a new vendor to handle my search marketing campaign, I contacted Salem Surround after seeing the great work they did for another restoration company in the different market. Their team of experts recommended a mix of multiple tactics designed to get my business the most quality leads at the lowest cost, making my marketing budget stretch further. In our first year partnering with Salem Surround, we recorded our best year to date, and I've told many people how blessed I was to find them. The representative answered the phone every time I called and quickly addressed any questions or concerns I had.
Let Salem Surround give you an absolutely free audit of your current marketing and show you what your competition is doing. Then we can come up with a personalized plan that's perfect for your needs. Visit surroundchicago.com and let our marketing experts help you achieve real success. Remember to visit surroundchicago.com today.
Dr. Gorka here, and you know me. I am very cynical about products, especially those that claim to help people suffering from pain. So when I tell you that Relief Factor truly works, I want you to know that I mean it. I suffered from a stiff lower back for almost a decade, one so painful it made it difficult to kneel in church on Sundays. When I finally decided to give Relief Factor a try, I didn't ever imagine that I would find myself free of the pain. But that's what happened. Now I take Relief Factor every day. Almost 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it worked for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick start for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio with the troublemaker, former lieutenant governor candidate, Stephanie Tressel, former radio host for WLS.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I was here for 4 months.
That's right.
Filling in after, Joe Walsh decided to run for president. They allowed me to fill in.
What happened to WLS, Stephanie?
Did
they just implode?
Are there any conservatives left on that
No.
station? When I listen to it, it's just, I'm like,
Dan Bongino.
But Dan, of course, but I listen to Andrew Wilkow. I'm sorry, don't tell it. I shouldn't say that. I have Sirius XM. But I would, if somebody had told me in 2012 when I won the contest, WLS is what took me from a liberal to a, to a loud conservative, that I wouldn't ever turn to 890. I would have slapped your face and said, "Well, are you crazy? That's my station. Turn it on and break off the knob." But now, I just go in between commercial breaks. I'm like, let's see what they're talking about.
I only listen to one person from WLS, and that's Mark Levin, and he
That's
agrees.
right.
And he agrees with paying the debt.
I
just listened last night.
I listened to him on Sirius because I listened to him live at 5 o'clock. But he comes on there, and they've got some local. They have some national conservative people, no local conservative people on the station. That's the difference. They've got Mark.
Big
They've
John
got
Howell, though. Isn't he still over there?
Okay, is this thing on? This thing on. Let's talk. Am I running for office?
Wait. No. Counselor, can you pose that question again, Counselor?
Are you there?
Sure. I was wondering if the former lieutenant governor candidate was looking at any offices, because
I heard something.
Literally, we are a few months away from starting to gather petitions because. It could be county board. There's a lot of different things out there, but there's some.
Well,
so I was wondering what
I'm naive.
was thinking
After
about.
we lost, I sent a text message to the 4 leadership people saying, "Hey, we lost. We got our butts kicked. Are we going to have like a post-mortem? We get together, Tom DeVore, Darren, Kathy Salvi. We all talk about what we're going to do. We're the only people that have traveled this entire state.
Correct.
We've been to farm communities. We've been in the hood. We've been everywhere." And I did no response. I sent a proposal. I'd like to be the spokesperson for the Illinois GOP to keep continually traveling this wonderful state, to bring unity and also to restore confidence so people will start donating because we don't get people donate. They don't donate to the Illinois GOP. I thought, I was told that I did a good job as a candidate. And then in my county, I can't get a meeting with the head of the Republican Party in my county. My county has gone from DuPage County to Blue Page County. You think they'd come to me and say, Stephanie, hey, what are we going to do? Do you want to run?
Hey, be careful. Dennis Reboletti's from DuPage.
But I've been told, people like me are Christian conservative. They want us to move a little bit more in the middle with that abortion thing. And I don't know how to decide which babies I should kill.
I got 2 questions for you. I can't let everybody filibuster the time. It's this lady out there on the other station saying that she made you.
I know.
I need to know.
She made
She
me.
said she made her.
Gave me confidence. Even
gave you confidence.
My radio show, I went from Stephanie Trusted, you were the next talk star. You get 1 show and a trip to Mexico. That was it. Where I worked 7 years, broke my back, 7 years, booked all my guests, booked Michael Reagan 3 times, Juanita Broderick, all on my own. They never give you a producer to do that.
No.
Worked really hard, loved it. U of I comes along and says, we're going to buy out Saturdays, and so everybody loses their job. No problem. What did they
And how long did you do that?
I did that for 7 years.
Well, what is she talking about?
And then, then I worked for Jeannie Ice for a year, and then the biggest blessing in my life comes along. I get to run for lieutenant governor. And the Sunday after we lose, this person uses their show to say a lot of things about me. And one of this one line that I will never forget. Stephanie, that the Illinois GOP owes the black community an apology for offering Stephanie Trussell as a candidate.
And not only that, she when you said you all was bringing Vivek to town, she hates Vivek because he's Indian.
Wait. Alleged. You don't know. Have you heard?
Look, he's trying not to get sued.
I listen.
No.
You listen. I know.
No. You didn't hear this person say. You didn't hear this person say
I've got the link.
Well, listen, I heard the whole link of her show, and I hated to sit through it.
Okay,
but
I'm sorry.
Scolded Vivek for preaching to black people.
Well, this is all I can say.
Yeah.
Well, I've decided.
I was just wondering if there's an answer to the question.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now.
Right now.
I was ready. I was going to Zoom meetings. I'm going to run for state rep. This is great. But then I realized, in order for me to run for state rep, before I battle the Democrats, I got to fight the Republicans. I don't have the energy, the wherewithal, and the mettle to do both.
Right.
I mean, we should be uniting. When these people, and there's an article in the Southland calling me a ridiculous person. Do you think the leadership of the Illinois GOP came out?
Wait, Cornell?
You didn't see the article about me?
No.
Oh, let me read. The title reads, you're going to love this.
When I leave this radio show.
That article, that newspaper every day?
When I leave this radio show, I check out. I'm with my kids. I got 5 kids in the grandson.
You know me. I got you. Wait, self-proclaimed dumbest person in the room, Stephanie Trussell attacks black GOP for the CTU, and because I'm a CTU.
Who wrote that?
Somebody was from the Southland Journal, but a woman named Silence DeGood. And so that I speak out against affirmative action. And this just is a very long article. I make copies and I pass them out to people. Yeah. But this is why I'm not running for state rep. Not because of them.
I got to get the doctor on the show.
But it's because I don't. The Republican Party is not going to offer me any kind of head cover or ground. They're going to throw me out there to the wolves because these people that are listed, I call them Stinky, Winky, and Blinky. They get FaceTime with the GOP. They're considered in this article. They're called the leader of the Black GOP. That's what they're called in the article.
Wait, what's Stinky Winky?
Well, when you show up at an event and people curse you out and they smell like BO and alcohol and yelling at you at an event, when you don't understand, when you run for office in Chicagoland, you know this. They're a group of people that are the gatekeepers, and they come to you and say, here's our proposal for $1.5 million. We'll knock doors. And they're like terrorists. If you say no, I had to tell everybody, Darren Bailey's a white Republican, but he's not Ronner. He doesn't have that kind of money. So not just this group, there were other people. I know everybody because I was on the radio for 7 years. I had all kind of activists, and I had to say, well, guys, we don't have that kind of money. And then if you don't pay it, you get dragged. You get called names. And I'm
when
in
you
charge
say dragged, what do you mean?
Oh, they go on the radio and attack my character, or they write articles about me that I don't like black people. I wasn't a good candidate. I'm a parent.
Time.
That's why I've been so mean to my kids.
What does it mean?
You know.
Okay, we got to go to break.
Okay.
You got to clarify that, what that means.
I wish I knew.
As far as you don't like black people. Is it because you have a different approach to politics?
And I don't like the West Side, which breaks my heart. Because
You're from the West Side.
I love the West Side.
All right. Can we have a summit with all these people? We all sit down.
Let's all get along.
Rodney King, come on. Can we just hash this out? Because I'm ready to win.
Oh God.
We'll be right back.
One of the most important decisions you can make as a parent is where you send your kids to school. But these days, it's never been harder to know which school is best. Public schools have changed a lot, and you might be thinking about sending your child to a private Christian school. But you also know that private school can be expensive, and in this economy, you might think it's not an option. Well, think again. With halfpriceschools.com, you can purchase tuition vouchers for half the price of normal tuition for private schools. For nearly 10 years, halfpriceschools.com has helped families from all over Chicagoland make the dream of private school a reality, and that can be the reality for you and your child too. Just go to halfpriceschools.com, search for a private Christian school near you, and purchase a voucher. It's that easy. Visit halfpriceschools.com. That's halfpriceschools.com.
When you're in the market to buy or sell a home, commercial property, or even vacant land, let attorney Susan J. Kim step in. She's reliable, responsive, personable, and extremely thorough when helping you deal with an otherwise stressful transaction. Attorney Kim leads with her values and is committed to providing legal services with excellence. To contact Attorney Kim, visit sjkimlaw.com. That's sjkimlaw.com. Whether it's drafting agreements, negotiating contract terms, or closing on a property, Attorney Susan J. Kim can do it all. Over 10 years of experience and her wealth of knowledge tackling complicated legal negotiations and breaking them down into a smooth, easy-to-understand process is what she does best. So let attorney Susan J. Kim step in. To schedule your legal consultation today, visit sjkimlaw.com. That's sjkimlaw.com or call 847-906-3166. Susan J. Kim Attorney at Law is a state of Illinois licensed real estate attorney.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. The final segment.
This is it. Get it all out right now.
But let's talk about it. When you look at, I really wish we could understand the battle in front of us. We're not the enemies.
No, right here. But you know what? How are we going to go out and fight the Democrats if behind the scenes as Republicans we're not united? We have the professional Republicans versus the grassroots. We have the people that are doing it because they want to get money, and they have people that are doing it because they truly believe in it. I got paid to be on the radio. I never had to pay to be on the radio. I was blessed. They didn't pay me a lot, but it was to me having 50,000 watts an opportunity to share my values, and I would always invite Democrats into my studio because if they came on my studio, their followers into my studio, their followers would listen, and I would try to change some hearts. It was great.
Wait a minute, but behind the scenes, we at each other's throats.
I know, in front of the scenes. Oh, yeah.
And wait a minute. Right. And not only that, what are you trying to say? Somebody else has to pay to be on radio?
I don't know. Just certain people
I do
have
know.
to pay.
I do know.
You
named him troublemaker. Then you brought that on.
You stirring the pot a lot
today.
I am.
Yes, I am.
You said you kicking butts and taking names
because
today.
people have said that I've been monotone lately. I've been living up to my name.
Eat red meat now.
No, that's because we've been talking politics and not so much culture.
Right. But really quick, I decided that You know what? I have 5 kids like you. I have a husband, and I apparently just work at a hot dog restaurant. My husband happens to be white, and I think
one of the coolest brothers.
But you know what?
Yeah,
I think about him. I think about him pumping the gas back in the day in 2020 with his Trump T-shirt on, and people probably see him and like he's a racist. They don't know how many black folks he's at home feeding and taking care of and making sure I didn't have to go to work every day. I got to raise my children. It's a blessing. But I want to be a grandma. I want to. So Saturday is my last speak. I'm speaking at the Lake County Reagan Day dinner. I just don't have the energy. If I've got to spend all this time dealing with people that are trying to drag my character, you know what hurts me most, guys? Can we be honest? Nobody's listening, right? No. When this person's show is on and my friends call in, hey boo, this is a good show. And I'm like, what? I used to have you all up and through the studio. I gave you my microphone anytime, and you're going to come on and say, good show, even though this person
can the relationship be repaired?
Oh, hey, God is good. Anything can be repaired.
You
never say
we're
never.
Christians. Valon's a heathen. He's a North heathen.
We're going to lay hands on him when this is over.
We have to.
Okay.
But can we sit down and have a conversation?
You never say never. I would love to, whatever. But, I'm hoping that person follows in my footsteps and goes from a radio host to be lieutenant governor candidate.
Amen.
Because apparently they'll make a much better candidate than me because they have a finance degree and they went to a HBCU. I'm just a dumb person, a grandma from the West Side. And the difference is, I remember I'm 58 years old, 58 yesterday. Yesterday.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Right.
I remember when the West Side was beautiful. We had multiple major chain grocery stores. It was safe. We had everything. I remember my West Side, and that's why I get upset about how it looks now. That's why I'm not downing the West Side. I just remember how phenomenal it was and how I can take the Pulaski train at 11 o'clock at night from Maywood McDonald's when I got off my shift and never worried about what's happening today. And I'm upset that all the schools are shuttered. I'm upset that there's vacant lots full of garbage. I don't hate the West Side. I love it. I'm just saying we need to do better, and we need to demand better from the Democrat, politicians that rule these places. And so it was just frustrating for me to have someone have a radio microphone and won't let me come on and defend myself. And thank you, John, and anybody who gave me this opportunity to say, this is who I am. I do my Facebook Lives occasionally.
Well, you bribed me with Boss Dog.
But I'm busy. I work 4 days a week for this person on my Facebook Live said, I don't work at a hot dog restaurant. I have a finance degree. I kind of own the hot dog restaurant with my husband.
What if Vivek taps you for vice president?
Oh, you're hilarious. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
You know what? You smoke. What you smoke today?
Right, no. But let's just say, off air, we all agree that a good, healthy primary is a good thing. We need to get those people that are on that train that you can't have a primary for Trump. We love Trump. If he's the nominee, we're all over it. But there's nothing wrong with a bunch of people.
I don't care who comes out. I'm with them.
But could we do a seance to get Trump to stop attacking people? Like send him good vibes.
It's not going to work.
Get out of your way. You can't do it.
We got to go. But listen. One thing I'm grateful for. Mm-hmm. LeBron's out of the playoffs.
Out of the playoffs. You must like LeBron.
No, I don't.
Go Miami.
I'm a Lakers fan.
Okay.
Go Miami. And guess what? Hold on, listen up. Belly of the Beast coming up next. Yes. Don't go anywhere. DJ Pete, thank you. Troublemaker.
Thank you, everything.
Stephanie, thank you guys so much.
Reagan Day dinner this Saturday in Lake County. That's my last speaking engagement. Yeah. Such a blessing.
William, thank you so much for feeding us. Guys, we'll see you next week.
TV news. It's a love-hate relationship. Well, let's be honest, more hate.